Hi guys, it says that I'm currently live, so I'm gonna wait to see. I don't know if anybody would even show up. I'm not really sure, but we shall see. I'm gonna post on Instagram that I'm live. Hi guys. There's only one person in here, but that's okay. Two people are in here. Rico the Brat, Sergio Yo, hey, how are you? Ricky Miranda says hi, how are you? Timira Hill says hey, how are you? We're about to get this started. Aiden Jack says hi. How does it feel to do all these lives back? I missed you guys. I didn't really do a lot of lives once. I don't know. I just kind of stopped somewhere in the middle of the summer, but it was one of my favorite things to do on Friday, especially before going to dinner and stuff like that. We have Mario Bell says, hi, Sergio, looking festive. We have Catherine says, hi, Sergio. Fernanda Rojas says, hi. Looking festive, yes. I'm in that ho 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 vibe. I literally was leaving TJ Maxx that day that I filmed the vlog, and this little girl came up to me. She's like, "You're very festive," and I said, "Girl, yes, I am." But I promise you that I'm not bald. So I was just trying to be funny. But yes, Latina says, te extrañé también. Saludos desde Puerto Rico. Saludos desde Houston. Now I live in Houston instead of viviendo in Dallas. Valeria says, loving the hat. Thank you so much. It is from Target and it was $5. And I'm going to be wearing it the entire month. Rico says, delicious fuzzy key. How you doing? In my deep Wendy Williams voice. How you doing? Let me see if I can clean the screen a little bit. I know it's usually a little bit more brighter in here, but let me check. It could also be my laptop. Okay, no, yeah, it's bright. Um, ho 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 vibes. Yes, it is. Ho 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 came back, and I have my Red Bull to give me all the energy for whatever leads me to tonight. Um, any advice to how to afford luxury items and still paying for everything else? For me, is always to know what's worth paying full price and what's not. That's just something that I always tell people is when you look at a brand, let's say Coach. When you look at a brand Coach, you look at the item and you say, well, is this an item that will go on sale or is it something that is going to be full price for a while? So say a Coach pillow bag, it's brand new, it's hot, it probably won't go on sale for the next 2 years, versus a Beat bag after the first initial kind of launch. The next season, it's tend to go on sale, but it's still going to be on their current lineup. I think that's what I always tell people is just be very smart and wise when you spend your money on designer or luxury items. See the value in item and see the value that it's going to bring to you. So for example, I don't personally like Louis Vuitton Neverfull. It's just not for me because I don't like that particular tote. I don't like how the straps are too long. I don't see the value in it, but so many people have the value in it, and that's why people wear it and they love it. So for me, that's how to afford luxury. I've always been picking and choosing ever since as a young child. Like when I first, when I was in high school and stuff, working my first job, I was always very, very particular. Now I'm in a sense where I do have a little bit more an advantage when it comes to items because I get stuff with sponsorships or I get bags gifted or this or that, or I have friends that give me their employee discount. So I do have like a little bit more an advantage than the typical person, and I acknowledge that. But back then, whenever I did, start, for me, I always picked and choose and what I saw value in, and I didn't get caught up in things that I thought were too trendy or too popular. I would see the longevity in an item, and also like if you buy like let's say like on Net-a-Porter, you know how they have like those like back in the day used to be called like rebates, but those websites where you get cash back, or you just apply for a new credit card and you get so and so points on a purchase that you're already going to make, or if you have a Nordstrom card or Neiman's card, or buy it when it's instead of buying it full price at St. Laurent store, buy it when it's a gift card event. So I would always just kind of see the tips and the ways that you can kind of go about, or even if you want to take it a further notch, buy gift cards from that place and pay with the gift card. So that's my kind of advice is just me pick and choose and see the second market and see what value it brings to you. But don't get caught up with a lot of the trends because you'll end up buying a lot of unnecessary things. Um, we could put the little Puerto Rican flag. BJ says, "Hi, Sergio. Are you You are giving the Christmas fantasy. Yes, I'm giving the ho 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 vibes. I literally want to go and buy a Santa costume and be like, girl, I am Santa Claus. What y'all want this year? I'm the skinny Santa Claus or the Mexican Santa Claus. I want to be Santa Claus this year. I'm definitely here for it. Let's Talk Back says, hey Sergio, I saw you at the outlet and I said hi. I hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Sorry, I was like, I got caught off guard. I exactly know what you're talking about. Sorry, my face like kind of like turned red. Like I was kind of like walking and I was like thinking about other things. And then you said hi. I didn't mean to come across like as like very like very easily like hi and bye. I was just kind of caught off guard. So I'm sorry. Hopefully I gave you the Sergio Secret experience, but if I didn't, I'm sorry. And hopefully I get to run into you again. I'm always out and about everywhere in the whole area of Houston. Sometimes I pop up in other places. But yes, sorry, I got kind of caught off guard, and I felt so like in that vlog, the Black Friday vlog. I haven't even edited it. Still, you could even see me saying, "Oh, I feel so bad," but hopefully, um, hopefully, it didn't come across like too fast. Because normally I like to kind of like say and like chit chat and talk, but I know some people have things to get done. Ebony says, welcome back and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. We're giving the Christmas fantasy. We are gobble, gobble, gobble. We are done with the Thanksgiving. We're done with the Halloween. Now there's nothing else but Christmas and New Year's. So that's what I'm living for. And I'm going to be giving the whole little Christmas fantasy. I got 4 new items and you'll be seeing them very, very soon. And one of them is part of my wish list items. This year, I've really been in through my wish list items and I cannot wait for you to see them. Sandra says, one more day in the life vlog and to go out vlogs to XOXOXO. So I'm actually filming vlogging for the next 3 or 4 days. So I vlogged yesterday. I didn't really vlog a lot today because all I did today was literally edit and work from home and send emails. And then I may do something tonight, which I'll vlog if I get ready with me. I asked you guys to ask me questions in a Q&A like a couple weeks back on Instagram. I have yet to answer them because I was going to answer them in a video. So I'll probably put that in the vlog. And then I know tomorrow I have quite a bit of things to get done. And then Sunday. So I may put them all on the floor. I think I'm going to go to Austin on Sunday, like in the morning and then be there the entire night until the next day. So I haven't decided, but it's all into one vlog that I'm doing. It's just sometimes like, I feel like do people really want to watch or not? But I know a lot of you guys asked me to. So so far, yesterday I did vlog, today not really, but it will continue. And then I know tomorrow there's things that are worth vlogging. Let's see. BJ says, is Troy Birch your favorite designer? I noticed you're super into her. I do love Troy Birch. I mean, Troy Birch is my brand, and the reason why I say that is because when I worked at Nordstrom, I haven't even vlogged since I left Nordstrom too. So that's been kind of crazy. So for me, Troy Birch was my brand the minute I started working there. The minute I started working there, I already knew any and everything about Troy Birch, MCM, Kate Spade, all those brands on the floor. I already knew everything. And so therefore, I was already well-rounded about Troy Birch. And then we ended up getting a Troy Birch rep. And then me and the Troy Birch rep ended up having a good relationship and kind of seeing product and how it moved and stuff. And then that kind of kept my love for Troy Birch. And then I've always liked Troy Birch because even growing up, I would, like once I started making money and stuff, like when I worked at Chick-fil-A and stuff like that, I would always buy my mom like one nice Troy Birch bag a year. And then when I met Troy Birch earlier this year and she was so nice, it kind of solidified why I do like Troy Birch as a brand. And so that's why I have a lot of major respect for Troy Birch as a brand. I think it's a mega house. I know I kind of talk about Troy Birch a little bit too much. I should probably be talking about a lot of other beautiful designers. In that haul that I said I have 4 items on the way. One of them is a designer bag or kind of like a contemporary bag brand that I never talked about on my channel. And I'm very excited to have it. But yeah, Troy Birch is one of my favorite brands. I would say it's definitely one of the top 3, if not the top 1. But I would say I really like Saint Laurent, Troy Birch, Coach, and Bottega Veneta, and Marc Jacobs as far as for handbags and accessories. I like Prada too. I like a little bit of everything. See, you can't tell me to pick one because then I want to pick everything. But I do love Troy Birch a lot, and I have a lot of respect for her as a designer. Fernanda Rojas says, I was gifted 2 Kurt Geiger bags. Your thoughts on them? I love them so far, LOL. So for me, when I worked at Nordstrom, my experience with Kurt Geiger bags is that we would always have to damage them out. a lot of the bags, like with embellishments and crazy details, would always kind of rip or come off. I know Nordstrom and now Dillard's and a lot of other brands or places are kind of buying heavy into Kurt Geiger. I know this season when I walked through Nordstrom, and just by me just observing, they bought really heavy into Kurt Geiger, and now Kurt Geiger is one of those brands that they also carry at the rack, and now they have Kurt Geiger jewelry and Kurt Geiger shoes. So it wouldn't surprise me if they start going towards all categories. The bags that I've seen through Nordstrom were not my favorite. I did buy an old leather one, and I just couldn't bring myself to wear it because it got really wrinkled just by me having it in the bag. So I ended up giving it to one of my friends in Arizona. I haven't had I haven't had like an experience where I had bought a bag and I didn't like it. I think the bags are beautiful and well made. For me, I just I would just kind of remind myself like all the bags that we had to damage out from Kurt Geiger when I worked at Nordstrom, like the embellishment ones, the classic ones, all of them, they all had some sort of issue. Maybe because if you use your heart a little bit heavy, but that was one of the most brands that I had to damage out consistently. Obviously, Nordstrom has a very liberal return policy, so I would always have to damage them out. I know people that love Kurt Geiger and they rock with them heavy. For me, I really haven't had a Kurt Geiger bag that I really really love that I would go for. But I mean, if you like them, I think that's good. And a lot of my friends have Kurt Geiger bags, but I would say it just had a lot of issues, and I would always damage them out. That I kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. And then I had a video called "The Unpopular Opinions," and I said that too. That it was just a bag that it just a brand. Those bags were not. It doesn't equal the price point. Is what I'm trying to say. Maybe if it was on sale or 50% off, I would say maybe it's worth it. But I think paying $300 or $200 for a plain leather crossbody from Kurt Geiger a bag, I don't think it matched the quality. So I think if you could get it on sale, I think it's worth it. But I wouldn't pay full price for Kurt Geiger. Do you think that the chestnut Telfar really worth it? So we're talking about this one right here. For me, I think it is worth it because whenever I first moved in here, I did kind of like a test flight. So I drove a U-Haul here by myself, right? So I drove the U-Haul, and then once I drove the U-Haul, I didn't have a car, so I took a flight to Dallas. I took I don't know, not a Spirit flight, girl. The other one, I don't know what it's called. The one that lands at Love Field, a Southwest flight. And so I missed my flight, and so I sat myself in the lounge, and I just got so many compliments on this bag, and I love it. Yes, it's suede. Yes, it's gonna get messy. Well, the thing is, I'm very heavy. And then when I came back, I still had so much stuff to bring back in my little small SUV. And so for me, I mean, I love it. It fits my laptop, it fits everything. And the reason why I got rid of the small one or gave it away as a giveaway was because I knew that I was going to get more practicality on this one and more wear. And I do. I think it's worth it, but it's definitely more of a seasonal piece. You won't see me wear this in the spring and the summer. It's more of a fall and winter. So probably like after February ends, this and probably my Marc Jacobs Teddy bag, those are probably going to go into my archives. There's some places in my apartment where I put my archive pieces, and then I'll put back my Loewe puzzle, not my puzzle bag, my basket bags and stuff. But I do like it. It's in the moment, and best to believe I'm bringing it out next year as well. So I do think that they're worth it, but it is a seasonal piece. It's not something that I feel like you can get away with wearing it year round. I would probably spray it down. I personally don't really spray down any of my items. Um, let's see. I love buying classic long-term pieces that will last years in bags, clothes, etc. Same here. I like a little bit more quality pieces. I will say recently I have been enjoying like a little bit of an H&M item or a little bit like more of a seasonal item, but the excuse that I have is like all my friends, they always like my style, they like the way they dress, so I usually just give it to them at the end of the season and they'll wear it. For me, but I've always been more quality versus quantity. I bought this last year, and this is 100% cashmere from Halogen. Got it when it was on sale. The jeans that I'm wearing are some darker Agody jeans that I got from the Rent the Runway sample sale. So for me, I definitely do prefer the long term of items, and I actually get really enjoyment and I get so much satisfaction and using an item and knowing that I got a lot of wear out of. That's just me. Sometimes I do like my one full outfits, like my Versace ones, and I used to be like, no, I can't really wear that again. But girl, it is Versace. It is, even if it's not Versace, even if it's Zara. If you love the item, even though if it's too loud, too crazy, life is too short. where we should normalize people wearing your clothes. Stop shaming people because they're wearing their favorite sweater that just happens to be loud. So I think it's a really great thing, and I think that's something this year I really realized is that it's okay to rewear your own items that you paid a lot of money for. Hi Sergio, I will be visiting Texas in a month from California, looking to buy a little Mexican fantasy ranch home. Ooh, you're gonna be living the Texas fantasy. I'm here for it. Your little boots, your little cowboy hat, your little like denim and the shirt and everything. I'm here for it. I'm here for a little Mexican family ranch home. I'm here for it. I've been kind of like stuck into that kind of like ranch, kind of like TikTok section where I see like all these people like get dressed to me to go here or that or ranch or whatever. And I'm here for it. I told my brother, I said, when I go back to Dallas, I probably have to buy some cowboy boots and like I want to buy like those jeans that like those people wear, like those really like stiffy ones. I kind of want a pair just so I can feel the fantasy. I know a lot of people wear kind of like Burberry shirts, like button ups and stuff, like as like their first piece. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do my little steamed jeans, my little cowboy boots, and my little cowboy hat, and believe in the fantasy too. But you'll find what you're looking for. Texas is huge, 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 huge. Are you planning to go to anything festive Christmassy outgoing in Houston and recording it? Yes. Also in Dallas, my friend gave me like a list of things that she wants to do with me. Um, she gave me like a list because I'm gonna be in Dallas a couple of days next week. Literally have like things to get done. I have a holiday party, I have a graduation, I have like 2 birthday parties. I'm literally getting pulled back and forth a few days that I'm in Dallas, and but there is a list of things that I do want to get done. So there are some Christmassy stuff in the list because I'm definitely here for the Christmas mood. I'm here for it. A lot of the houses in the neighborhood here already have like all their pretty lights out, and I'm feeling very, very Christmassy. I'm here for it. Not sure if I'm gonna spend Christmas in Dallas. I still haven't decided yet. The thing is about me, like, I when it comes to like decisions like that, I really don't think about it till the day of or the day before. I'm like, today I'm gonna go. Today, I don't feel like it. Honestly, it's like whenever it's what I wake up and what I feel like. So like when I went to Thanksgiving, I had already had kind of like an argument with like family members. Like, I don't know if you deserve for me to go there. I went, didn't end up working out, but I came back, but I was still pretty happy. So we'll see. But yeah, you'll definitely see some more Christmassy stuff. Um, my favorite person in Dallas is going to be there to take me to all those little places. And there's this place here in Houston. I don't know what it's called. Literally, I'm finding everything in Houston. Like I find like a new street or do something every single day. I saw it, and apparently, allegedly, my conspiracy. I'm going there with my friends on Sunday. I think it's in Montrose. I don't know what it's called though. It's kind of like a 2-story house. Well, not a house, but like a restaurant or a bar or whatever. And they have like all these fun drinks, but it's like all Christmassy. It's all right. I didn't take it personal. Major tips for starting a bag channel review, recording tips, especially, or what program to use to edit. So for me, I would say I edit my videos on iMovie 100%. iMovie is so easy. It's so simple. Believe it or not, I'm not very tech savvy. Like, yes, I'm like, I should be like a Gen Z and I should probably know how to do everything. But to be honest, I really don't. I use iMovie. I'm recording this off of my MacBook camera, like the camera that's built in. I literally have like equipment to make the live stream better, but I just haven't had. I'm not a tech savvy person. I would say I was gonna say if you're gonna get a camera, Canon G7X, the video expired. Like the video kind of cuts out. My apologies. It cuts out like every 16 or 17 minutes, but um, after it burns out, you can just replay and it won't burn out again. I would recommend getting 2 batteries to alternate because the battery does go pretty fast. But I would say I would promote the bag. But the thing is, if you do Pacific bag reviews in the beginning of your channel, that does really well because let's say the Row Moon bag. There's not a lot of reviews on that on the chat in YouTube in general. And so since Google's a search engine, that video is always going to be there, especially if you're one of the top ones to make it. So I think to kind of start like a bag review channel is great in the beginning to do specifically, and then as you gradually build your channel, depending how your channel goes, you can kind of get away with that and kind of making more kind of combined like handbag videos. That's how I kind of started. That's why I don't really do a lot of Pacific bag reviews as I once did, because for me, it's only for a limited amount of views. But when you start your channel, you want to get views to begin with. So doing Pacific handbag reviews or little handbag collections and stuff like that, those get a lot of views, or like little hauls, and then you can kind of build out and doing more content that's still related, but that's more searchable for everybody. Since you already have a audience, and you can bring in other audiences too as well. But I would just say it's gonna be hard to kind of like navigate to learn everything, but once you get the hang of it, you're gonna love it. And I would say never stop, because you never know where YouTube would lead you. So I mean, I love YouTube. It's giving me so much opportunity, and I hope it's very successful, and I'll subscribe to your channel after this live. I'll go back and check the comments right here. Cassie says, "How do you feel about the designer holiday candles?" I personally don't think that they are not worth the money, and the reason why is because it took a bunch of like shit. If I'm being honest, like I know like all my favorite like bloggers and stuff that get paid to, oh my god, I got gifted a Chanel advent calendar, whatever. I don't care, but I just feel like it's just a bunch of random crap that I don't want. For me, my wardrobe and my collection, all my friends will attest to this. I don't like to have like random stuff all over my apartment. Growing up, yes, I grew up with like mucho tirichero, mucho junk. My parents were like, they weren't like low-key hoarders, but they would keep like, oh, you never know if you need this, or like quinceañera, oh my god, recuerdo, like that. And then as I was growing up, I was kind of telling like, especially my mom, I was like, girl, we do not need all this stuff. Like, we need to like clear out, girl. I'm trying to breathe in this house. And so now that I have my own place and doing things on my terms, that's why I get bored of things and I sell things easily. It's because I don't like to have like a lot of clutter and stuff. So for me, I see it as a waste of space. The packaging is cute and you can keep everything in there, but there's always going to be one next year and next year and next year and next year. So for me, I may not be like the most kind of like fun person per se, but I'm very practical and I'm very reasonable on the things that I am. But I don't think they're worth the money. If I really want something from that brand, I'll try something out from that brand to begin with. If in my opinion. Hey Sergio, what's some of your favorite ready-to-wear brands, and which ones do you think you get the best bang for your buck quality rise? Love your channel. So I think really for ready-to-wear, I'm gonna say contemporary. I'm gonna say Vince Theory, Veronica Beard in the contemporary section, and Nina Bing too. But a lot of those brands really go on sale. So except like the classic items like the Veronica Beard scuba blazer, which I have. I got that. The only reason I got that on sale is because during quarantine and Nordstrom accidentally put it on sale for 40% off. But I would honestly say those are my favorite brands. But all those brands usually go on sale. You usually find them at TJ Maxx or during the end of the season. You can get some amazing pieces. Like most of my Vince pieces, there's some of them that I've had for many years. I have this gray cashmere sweater that I got. Literally, I skipped high school. I bought it like 6 years ago or 5 years ago. Paid $56.25. I still remember. It was 85% off, and I still wear it every season. Those are some of my favorite ready-to-wear brands as far as contemporary. As far as designer, I'm a little picky. I don't have like a whole lot for winter. I would say Canada Goose is worth it. Montclair, obviously, kind of like more core items. I like Saint Laurent Ready to Wear because it's gonna serve you for the long term. Those pieces that I have from Saint Laurent that I love and that I use, I love. I think Burberry is another brand, like classic Burberry trench, a classic Burberry, jacket. I think those are worth the money. I would say for me, for ready to wear, I like to buy designer ready to wear, but I prefer to buy more sets, like my Celine suit, or more kind of like jackets or like zippers or like more thicker cashmeres and stuff like that than like maybe t-shirts and like jeans. For that, I typically look more for contemporary. But I would say, like I said, Anina Bing, Vince, Theory, Veronica Beard are some of my favorite ones. And then for designer, I would say The Row, Bottega Veneta, and Saint Laurent. Those are some of my favorite designer. I also like Lafayette and Saint John. The only thing is with those brands, or like Michael Kors Collection, those brands can look a little too mature. But I would say if you do find pieces that you do like from those brands, the quality is really, really good on those. But yeah, I'm definitely like you. I definitely like to have things a little bit longer term than some of the other items. Jess says, hi, Sergio. Any tips on how to grow your YouTube channel that has helped you? Love you. Love you too. So for me, I just love to post content. I like to post videos. I kind of post a little bit of everything, but I would do what people are searching for. So what are people liking? Are people liking hauls? Are people liking come shop with me? And I would kind of go as a broad, I would kind of go a little bit broad, and I would kind of like start yourself as a brand, because when you start your channel, you kind of slowly become a whole brand. You don't really realize it. And I didn't really realize this until way later on, is you like people like subscribe to you and people watch your videos, yes, because of you, because you put great content and people love it and support it. It's also because of you as a person. People want to hear your opinions, people want to hear your thoughts. In the beginning, people are going to be like, who are you? Why should I watch you? So I would just kind of start putting videos of maybe like an unpopular opinion video. I would put, my designer shoe collection, then put kind of like the most popular brands at the time. So let's say Amina Muaddi, or maybe like Tory Burch, or I don't know, um, Balenciaga. I would just kind of do kind of common videos just so you can kind of get yourself and picked out and kind of get noticed. And then also put like very niche content. Like I said, maybe a dedicated review on this bag because there's not one like it on YouTube. You'd be surprised. Some of those videos that do a one dedicated review, a handbag, and you're one of the first ones to do it, or there's not any. Those videos get a lot of views because some people, when they're about to press checkout on their phone or on their laptop, they're going to go on YouTube and they're going to look at the bag and see how it looks like tried on. And then that brings views, and maybe they'll subscribe. Be like, you know what? You made me save money by not buying the bag, or you made me recommend me a good purchase. I'm going to subscribe. So I would say just put yourself out there. The more that you give out, and I would say the more that you give out, the more that you will get back in from YouTube, especially in the month of December. So to all my YouTubers that are watching, if you guys can give this video a thumbs up, I appreciate it. I would say um, October, November, December are the most lucrative months to post in December. That's why you see a lot of your favorite content creators post a video every day, or if not 2 times a day. It's because the AdSense is phenomenally well in these 2 months. So if any of you want to start your YouTube channel, I would definitely, and a lot of people are watching YouTube in those months as well. A lot of people have downtime. A lot of kids and a lot of college students are about to go on like break, and they have extra time, so they may watch YouTube videos. So I would say right now it's a really great time for you guys to put your videos out there if you are wanting to start your channel. But those are some few quick ways. I would say like the editing doesn't have to be perfect. Your profile picture, the banner, everything doesn't have to be perfect. But depending how many subscribers you have, I would also enroll into affiliate programs via like Magic Link or Reward Style, so you can start monetizing the links that you make and the purchases you make. Like as far as like if I make a video on this bag and you get, let's say, 5,000 views in the course of 6 months, and you link the bag down below, not every person that's 5,000 is gonna buy the bag, but maybe like 5 or 10 people. And if you're talking about maybe a $300 bag or $400 bag, let's say it's like a 10% commission. It's like $30 or $40 that you get. And so I would monetize it. So I'll start your channel the sooner rather than later. Get it monetized via YouTube, and then go ahead and start applying to those kind of like reward style, magic links, or shop style collective, and start getting more coins goals for things that you're already recommending. So that's some advice. And then for Let's Back Talks, I'm sorry I forgot to talk about that too. Go ahead and start applying to those programs and start linking your items via those platforms, because there's a lot of money to be made. And some days I wake up and I see from Gucci, I made $1,000, and it's because I linked a bag that I talked about Gucci like a long time ago, and they happened to buy 3 items. Happens more often than you would think. So affiliate links make a lot of money. There's a lot of money to be made, especially if you're talking a lot about contemporary and designer items. Like I said, I'm 100% honest with all my subscribers. If I didn't really care about my subscribers, I really wouldn't be telling you this, but it's the truth. There's a lot of money to be made in affiliate links. So if any of you want to do YouTube, that's another aspect that can easily monetize and can easily help you fund your next handbag purchase, or fund, other aspects of your everyday lifestyle. Let's see. Kay says, thank you. Anytime, B. Beatrice says, show us your favorite purse. So my favorite purse right now, honestly, is going to be my white Tory Burch Eleanor. I love it so much, and I was just like filming my favorite handbag purchases of the year. If I were to pick one handbag that I really felt, and it was so hard to pick, guys. Like it was so hard to pick between my Noah, my Louis puzzle bag, or my Bottega Veneta cassette. And I was thinking about long term, like which am I going to love long term? And honestly, I would say this is my favorite purchase of the now. This is the one that I love now. It's patent leather. It's silver. It's very Christmassy. I can wear it with this outfit. It goes really well. Put my good luck trainer on, and I'm out the door, Miss Thing. I can tuck it in, give it a cute little kind of like a more of a fancy kind of vibe. I can give it more of a casual. I untuck the lock, and so yes, love this. And then, but my favorite yearly purchase, I'm going to go ahead and show you this, is my Loewe puzzle bag. I love this so much. There's a meaning behind this bag. Somebody helped me get this bag. Yes, I bought it at last call, but somebody special really helped me get this bag, or bought this bag. So for me, so I just love this. It has such a special mental meaning for it. I paid, I don't know how much I paid. Well, I didn't pay for it. So I just love this bag so much. Like this bag has so much meaning. It's probably one of my favorite, my favorite handbag of the year. I think he's watching this video. So if you watch it, I mean, every time I wear it, I send you a picture of it. But I just love my Louis Vuitton puzzle bag so much, and it gets so much joy. And I hope to add some more into the new year. I love Loewe, and I love this bag so much. Did you see that? JW Anderson, you know how everyone's like in Miami, that's like into fashion and stuff. Did you see that JW Anderson was at Twist? Like they kind of did a whole Loewe event at Twist, like the gay bar, like the one that has like 6 sections, where next to the Johnny Versace mansion. I'm like, that's such a vibe. Imagine pulling a Twist in this, and JW Anderson's there for Loewe. Kind of a vibe, right? But those are my favorite bags. One for the right now, and this is my favorite handbag purchase of the year. Latina put heart to you as well. My friend Marcos put material girl. Yes, girl, material girl. Saucy Santana. Gami says, hi, how are you? Hi, sweetheart. I'm so happy you moved to Houston. Welcome. Thank you so much. I love Houston so much. Like, I feel like Dallas, like, I love Dallas. I grew up there. I was born in Irving. I was there in Irving for a few years. And then I was in Euless for like a year. And I grew up kind of like in Arlington and like Grand Prairie. And then obviously I moved to Dallas by myself, as you saw like through my vlogs. That's kind of like my DFW story. But I would say I love Houston so much. Everybody's been so nice, so sweet. Like people hold the door for me. Not that they didn't in Dallas. Like when I go out, people come up to me and they give me compliments. Like even like at dinners or walking out and about. Like people are just so sweet here. I know it's like people drive fast and it's kind of like it has its little bit of a ratchet moments, but people in Houston have been nothing but nice to me. And all the friends that I made literally this year alone in Houston are friends that I wish I could have in Dallas. So, I mean, I love it and I'm super, super happy. I feel like a lot of you guys saw that like you can see it in my face. I was kind of going through the gigs in Dallas. I feel like it's the same repetitive stuff. And for me, I just love Houston so much. And hopefully I stay here after my lease ends. If not, girl, Miss Thing is going to go to Chicago or Miss Thing is going to go to Miami. That's kind of my next step, or I'll say other in Houston. But I've always loved Chicago. So I'm going to Chicago probably the end of January. We'll see, girly. But I love Houston, and thank you so much for your welcome. Cami says, I miss you. I miss you too. Cristina says, ¿qué parte de México es tu familia? Yo soy de San Luis Potosí, en un ranchito que se llama Santa María del Río. And then tengo familia en Monterrey, y tengo like a good decent amount in Monterrey. And that's why I was there for well over a week, like a few months back, like a month and a half ago. And then tengo familia in Mexicali. The only thing is I don't like to go to Mexicali. And the reason is because not that I don't claim it, it's because it's so hot. It's hotter than Arizona. Like tengo mucho calor en Mexicali cada vez que voy. La comida china está bueno, la comida Mexicali, but it's just way too hot. And even in the winter, I don't really like to go. And then there's like a lot of crime in Mexicali. I don't really feel safe going to Mexicali. And this is somebody that, girl, like, a mí no me importa donde soy yo. I'm feeling myself, pero Mexicali, sí me da miedo andar por ahí en las noches. Pero en Monterrey, yo ando donde quiera. I'll be out by myself. En San Luis, en el ranchito, también all by myself. And the ciudad, like actual San Luis, también, I'll be out roaming by myself. Pero Mexicali, girl, I'd be a little scared. That's where my family's from. But I was born in Irving, Texas. Hey, much love. Did you see the Versace sale? Yes, I did see the Versace sale, but the thing is, a lot of those items, like most of the items from that sale, even if it says sold out, end up going to the Versace outlet. And so that's why I kind of skipped on it, because I know all those bags and shoes and accessories are going to go to the Versace outlet. And I just happen to have a really great relationship with my Versace SA at Cypress and here in Houston. If you watch any Versace video, I have her contact information. You can text her. She's so nice. She's so sweet. She'll help you out with anything. And so that's where I bought my JLo set, my denim set, the Hunsam print, the blazer and the trouser. I got the trouser there. I got the blazer at Nordstrom Rack. And then I got the earrings and the jewelry and then all the other items. Some of them I did get at the regular store, but I didn't pay for them. And then some of them I ended up getting at Nordstrom, which I kind of didn't pay for either. But I didn't get anything from this current sale because I know everything is gonna go be there eventually. Like they had all those fun tropical like the robes and stuff for 50% off, and then you could use whatever promotion that they were doing. So I didn't end up getting anything because I'll just wait till after it all goes to the outlet, and I'll just kind of pick whatever I want. But I did tell myself I'm pretty content with my 3 Versace sets. I would add a little bit. I do need a pair of Versace shoes. As much as I don't really like the chain reaction, they kind of grew on me, so I think I want a pair. But I didn't get anything. But the next Versace purchase that I really want to get is I really want to get the La Medusa bag, in the kind of regular size. I love it. I know some people are not a big fan of it. I love it. I think it's so cute, and it fits in right into my lifestyle. I think I want to get it probably in like the black and gold because I'm pretty basic, or maybe like a fun neutral pop of color. Like I'll do a red one, but I did not get anything this time around just because I have a great relationship with my SA, and whenever things go in, she'll let me know. Carla De Carla Gonzalez, sorry. And also the reason why I kind of cough and like move is because I've been really sick these last couple of days. I just been having like a really bad cold, but I'm in like the process of kind of getting rid of it. And all my friends are sick. Like literally, we went to go see House of Gucci, and all my friends were coughing and feeling really bad. And so we've all kind of taken a couple of days away from each other. We're like, we're not seeing each other for the next couple of days. But I'm kind of like in the recovery stage where I'm not getting as sick as I was like a week ago. And all my friends are kind of like in that stage too. So I may see them later today or tonight. Hi, Sergio. You inspired me to buy a Tory Burch purse. I love Tory. I love Tory. It's one of my favorite brands. I will always be a big Tory Burch fan until Tory Burch gives me a reason not to be. But honestly, I never had any issues. I would always look at my mom wear Tory Burch. I'm like, damn. I said one day I want to get a Tory Burch bag for myself, or something. I remember my very first Tory Burch item was a green wallet. Back when the packaging was like the tag wasn't white, it was like these different colors or prints on it. And ever since then, my Tory Burch collection has grown quite a bit. And I also give a lot of the pieces that I don't want for Tory to my mom or to like my aunt, or I sell it. But I will say the pieces that I have from Tory Burch I really love and I really adore. Hi, Sergio. Love your videos. Do you have any thoughts on the Charles and Keith bags? Um, I've seen them around. I think I know what you're talking about. I'm just going to do a quick Google search just so I'm kind of refreshed. You guys know I like to give great opinions. Um, oh, yes. I have seen them. When I first looked them up, I think Leonie Han had did um I think like a paid sponsorship, and then I went to the website and I was like, oh, they're probably gonna be bags like $300. They're actually pretty reasonable. I should probably order some because I mean the prices look pretty well, and I'm very very curious to see how the quality looks like. But I do like them. I can't speak for the quality, but I would love to try them out and see what they're about. And I think they're pretty clean and slick, and they're up my valley. They're up my valley where they kind of fit into my style, my aesthetic with a lot of items. So I leave the tag right there, but I probably will check them out. But I do like them. I just can't talk about their quality. But in pictures and stuff, they always look very elevated, and I like that they're not heavily branded on their items. Miss PK, hi Sergio. I can't find the white patent Eleanor anywhere. Will you ever sell yours? As of now, no. I will probably put the tag on Instagram. So one fact about me, most of the bags that I have, I usually keep the original tag on it. Sometimes I'm crazy, I'll put the receipt, but I ended up stop doing that. Like I would have my Chanel bags and I would have like my receipt inside of it. I'm like, girl, you're dumb. But I usually keep the tags. This is the tag right here. If you want to contact your Tory Burch essay, I'll actually post it on Instagram right now. I'll put it right now. So if you want to screenshot it and show your essay to see if they can get it for you, I will. I know there's a few of them lingering around, but I know you won't get the extra 30% off. But I know after Christmas they do some sort of percentage off, so maybe you can get your hands on it after. But I'm gonna go ahead and post it on Instagram right now. But yeah, you can try to contact your SA or contact customer service. Just give them the UPC and see if they can find it for you. It's still on sale. I know it's not going to be $291, but it's going to be on sale. But I don't see myself selling them anytime soon. The Eleanor is probably one of my favorite brand lines from the Tory Burch collection. But I posted it on Instagram, guys. Whoever wants to screenshot it, so you can find it. Let's see. I love your Loewe purse. I want one so bad. I love my Loewe bag. Like at first I felt like the size was too big or too small. I always kind of wanted to get the bigger one or the mini one. My friend has a mini tan one and she loves it so much. For me, I just love this size. I just think it's perfect. It fits everything. I can bring it to like clubs and bars and stuff. I know some places were very picky, since it is a puzzle bag and it does kind of like, you can kind of wear it different ways, and it's very malleable. I can get away with bringing it. I've had like no wear on it, even though it is a lightly colored bag. Nothing has happened to it. I like that I can put my card and my ID, so I don't have to open my full bag. What do I have in here? I have a receipt in here. I don't really use the strap that much, but at night I do like to carry the strap for safety, because you never know, girl. People on the streets are wild, so I do carry the strap on it when I'm walking down the streets. But once I'm out and about, I either take it off or put it on. But I love it. I think it's worth it. But I do see myself adding another one in the future. And I love that it's silver hardware, because most puzzle bags tend to be gold hardware. But 10 out of 10, recommend it. And this is a forever bag in my collection. Just like my Givenchy Classic, my Chanel Classic Flap, and my Prada Nylon. This is like finally I have like one really core, like a neutral color bag that's not black. That's in my forever collection. This is my forever collection. And now I'm looking at it right here. OMG Sergio, I grew up in ULIS too. What school did you go to? I don't remember. I only went to pre-K and I went to kindergarten, maybe first. No, I just think I went to preschool, kindergarten, and first grade. I think no, pre-K and kindergarten, and then in the transitioning of kindergarten, I moved to Grand Prairie. So I was in ULIS for a few years. My parents lived like in an apartment complex. It's kind of by here. I'll show you what area, and then I'll kind of show you. I'll show you. Let's see if I could find the elementary school. But yeah, I did. I was in ULIS for a little bit. A lot of one of my primos living in ULIS, well, in Hearst, and I mean, I love, love, love. I love ULIS. It's a very chill school. It was or a chill area. I've never really had any issues. Okay, I think this is the elementary school that I went to. I'm guessing because I don't know. I would have to ask my parents, but I think this is the school that I went to, right here. See, I keep it real on this live. I answer all the questions. This is where I went to. As you can see, it's a 3 hour and 52-minute drive there. But this is around the area where my parents stayed at. Oh, actually, no, I lied. My primos, they had a house in Euless, and then they moved to a bigger house in Hearst. But I think they still have the house in Euless, but I think it's rented out. I'm not really sure. But that's the area that I grew up in, and I love Euless. And every time I go, I always have kind of like a jolly old time. I really like Euless. It's a very safe city, like Euless, Hearst, and what's it, Bedford. Like those three cities, I love them. I think they call it HEB or something like that. Love it. Your honesty is so refreshing. Never change. Oh, never. I always try to keep it real when people ask me questions. I don't really try to like hide things. I just like to give answers, and I don't really like to bullshit. You know what I mean? I just like to keep it real. I like to keep key, and you guys can always ask me something. And 9 times out of 10, as long as it's not like a disrespectful question, I tend to answer it without a problem. Can you stand the cold? Actually, yes, I can stand the cold. Actually, I have so many cold jackets. I have like beanies and scarves and stuff like that. I'm wearing cashmere, and it's like, I don't even know how degrees it is outside. It's probably a little too hot to wear it, but I'm always from the Carta building. It's 72. It is probably like a little too hot to be wearing cashmere. I probably would wait to the 60s, but I love, love, love the cold. When we had like that cold freeze, oh, I loved every second of it. I would put in like Canada Goose jacket and my little Canada Goose beanie, and I'd be walking out my dog in my little Ugg boots and my little leggings, and I would just feel myself. I was here for it. I love the cold. That's why I want to go to Chicago in the end of January, because I want to bring my coats, and I want to live the whole snow or like the very, very cold fantasy, because I'm here for it. I love, love the cold, and I can stand it. All my friends hate the cold, but I love winter and I love the cold. It's something about it that I really, really love, and it always puts me in the holiday mood. So that's why I love it. Um, um, hey Sergio, what are your thoughts on the Pullin Uno bag? I'm thinking about purchasing one. Let's see. Let's see. So my Uno bag is actually right here. I think no, I'm actually gonna get up and get it, because last time I did that in a live stream and one of the bags fell. So this is the bag right here. I think this is about a year and a half since I've had it. I wear it. I don't really wear it a lot. Yeah, I'll get on the side. So I don't really. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really wear it a lot, like as a crossbody. I mean, as a shoulder bag, I prefer it as a crossbody, because I like the way it lays flat right here versus here. I find that since the straps are kind of like on the side, I find that it looks kind of like a little weird when you kind of carry it. In the back, you can't put a card or credit card, and I have done that, and I haven't had any issues of nothing falling out. It has 4 feet at the bottom, but like I said, I prefer to carry it more as a crossbody or top handle. When you open it up, I still have the blue protective sticker. I only keep them on until it kind of comes off. I have a hand sanitizer here. I have the little gay sweet pea, not the sweet pea in my bag. I have a fortune cookie. A simple acts of kindness will be important for you this week. So I guess I'm gonna pass it on to you guys. I think it's worth it. I like it. I get a lot of wear. Also, I have a Starbucks gift card. Ooh, I'm gonna check that. I like it. If it's pretty good, I can put my phone in here. I can put hand sanitizer. I will show you what bag am I using. Oh, it's over there, but all the stuff. But I like it. I love this color that I particularly have. I think it's worth the money because you don't really see a lot of people. I will say in Houston, I really haven't seen people wear Pullin handbags versus in Dallas. As I was leaving, I found that Pullin was, I saw a lot more people have the Pullin handbags. But as far as in Houston, I have yet to really see a lot of Pullin handbags. But I like it. And I'll also get questions about this one. I like this one, but if I were to recommend one, I would recommend this one. And I love the neutral color. I think it is so cute and it goes really well in the winter with like an oversized jacket or your winter coat. You can kind of put it in like that, and I think it's good. And you can also carry it as a top handle. I've been into top handle bags. That's why I have my Eleanor like this. But I think it's worth it. I think it's a really great bag, and there's a reason why I haven't gotten rid of it after I got it. I know I did get it gifted, but if I don't use it, I will still get rid of it regardless of how I got the item. But I still have it. I love it, and I see myself having it in my collection for many more years to come. So I think it's worth the money. No suede, no nothing. Very easy, wipeable. And this bag has even been to like bars and stuff like that, and restaurants, and kids have grabbing my bags and little Mexican parties, and they try to like see if I have, I don't know, candy or gum, I don't know. And it survived all of that. It survived so many breaks in the car, and it looks good. So I recommend it. I'm kind of somewhat hard on my bags. I try not to be, and I see that I'm not to, but in my lifestyle, um, I am a little heavy on my handbags. Not gonna lie to you guys. I love my puzzle. Have you seen the Hobo puzzle? Thoughts? I have not seen it. I'm gonna Google it up. I probably have seen it, but I'm about to look at it right now. Oh yes, I have seen it. Oh, I do like it. Probably not for me, just because I would want more versatility in it. Like I like that I can carry top handle and crossbody and shoulder bag. The other one you would just be able to wear it one way, unless you kind of like tie a knot and kind of carry it kind of like a different way. I do like it, but it's not something for me just because I like my bags to be multi-worn. That's just the way I like my bags. I don't like my bags to be worn one time. I like straps or like chains or like different things because you can give the bag more wear on it. I do like it, but not something that I would personally buy myself. Um, Geneva Diva says, "Hey Sergio from San Antonio. Hey from Houston. I love San Antonio. I want to go back, but San Antonio. I have my padrino lives in San Antonio, so that gives me a reason to go to San Antonio. And I hear the TJ Maxxes there are pretty fire. Allegedly, that's what I heard. And I hear that not North Star Mar. I think North Star Mar is the one that has Saks, right? The other one that's outside is the one that has the Neiman's and the Nordstrom. I hear that most pop in. I always forget the name of it, but that's where a lot of the stores are. Um, Alex says, Sergio, do people think you're rich because of your stuff? And do they hit on you? This is a very kind of weird question. I won't answer the question. So for me, every time I go out, I always just presentable. That mean like I went to go pick up some food earlier today, and I was dressed. I think I was wearing this. I was wearing these jeans. I always dress well wherever I go. I don't. Yes, I was wearing the Santa Claus hat. Um, I always look at people's intentions. I think it's a Virgo in me, and I don't want to get close into zodiac signs. Give this video a thumbs up. Oh my god, it's been 48 minutes. I feel like this time goes by so fast. This is why I love doing the live streams because it just makes me so happy. But no, I read through people's things very, very easily, and I know people's intentions right from the beginning. It's very hard for me to be taken advantage of just because I know how things are. I've been taken advantage of plenty of times, and so if people hit on me or if people like say something like on DM or something, I know what people are really about. And not that I judge a book by its character, but if you look at somebody's Instagram, or if you look at somebody's whatever, you can kind of easily tell what people are or their Twitter. Well, you could say a lot about a person's Twitter, or like in person. Like I could just feel the energy, and so I kind of match whatever energy. But one thing that I have learned in the community is that clinginess and like that super kind of like lovey-dovey like stuff like that is something that I don't really like in the beginning. And that's just because it's kind of like they bomb you with it, and to kind of like, I don't know, just kind of like keep your minds off of things. But I would say, no, not really, because people can tell. I feel like when I go out, people feel like I look very intimidating, especially if I'm out with like my friends and stuff, and I'm a group with like 4 or 5 people. People do think like I am very intimidating, or even with a group of friends, or even just by myself. Girl, I go out by myself. Well, not here in Houston anymore, but I used to before I moved here. Or but I feel like people just think I'm a very like rude person, or like I'm on my phone, like I have to like send an email, I have to send a text message, and then I'm just always about my business. And so some people find that very intimidating. I'm actually one of the nicest persons you could ever come up to. I'm just super, super, super awkward. But yes, it does happen, but I know how to take care of that as it comes. So it doesn't really happen. And a lot of my friends kind of read the room as well. And I kind of get all their opinions. But at the end of the day, no nací pendejo. I didn't get this far to be pendejo, and I probably won't be a pendejo anytime soon. Maybe if I hit my head really hard, but yes, but I know how to take care of that, and I'm very, very easy to cut people off in the beginning of anything. Favorite everyday shoes. So my favorites video, I talked about my beiges. I recently found a new love for them ever since I built the walls back again. They've been a favorite. I mean, they've always been a favorite. My Troy Birch Good Luck Trainer has been another item that I've been loving pretty well. My Silly sneakers, which are actually trash, I have to clean them. I took them to go dance with my friend, and so they got really dirty. So I have to clean them up. I gotten so many compliments on these shoes. And then my favorite are going to be my Alexander McQueen sneakers. I have 5 of them, and I love them all. So those are my those are some of my favorite everyday sneakers, because that's all that's here. Um, the Celine's, the Beijas, the Tory Burches, and then all the McQueen sneakers, and then all the other sneakers are in the drawers. But those are the favorite ones, and my Isabel Marant Bet sneakers too are some of my favorite ones too. But those are some of my favorite every day. But like I said, I change outfit like 2 or 3 times a day. So I know I'm a little crazy. Keith Moonlight says, thoughts on the tote bag by Marc Jacobs. I love it. I have 2 of them. I have this one, and then I have my denim one. My denim one is in my actual closet. I love it so much. I think it's so. I'm actually just got another Marc Jacobs tote bag. Can you guess which one? And I'll give you a hint if you watch TikTok videos. I think that gave it away if you watch TikTok videos. It's been an ad. The one that's on the ad is the one that I got. But I just love it so much. I think it's so worth it. The fact that now I'm going to have 3 of them says a lot. I think they're worth it. I get so many compliments on this one, on them, especially on this Teddy one, because it's so cute. It's so different. But I like them. I think the Marc Jacobs tote bag has been doing really well ever since it got introduced. It's a nice entry level handbag because most of them are under $500, including the leather ones. I like them. They did when I worked at Nordstrom. They did really well. Like during the weekend, I would at least sell like 5 of them. They would always go out of stock. I remember when we got the denim one because I was still working there. They sold out so fast. I like them, and I think that they're going to be heavy for a couple more seasons. This one will go into the closet once the season is over. But I have my denim one and my other one I'm about to get, and those will be bags that I'll wear. But I love my denim one because that's gonna be a perfect spring bag. I still wear it with jeans, with blue jeans, but it's gonna be such a very, very big spring bag for me. I don't know if it's still available, but I do really like it. I love the YSL Lulu bags. I do love the Lulu bags. I have the black on black one right there. My mom tried stealing it from me. I said, no, it's mine. Especially now with the price increase. I paid $1,075 at last call, and now that bag is like $2,650. So I love it. I know I've been getting asked if the black has been shipping. For me, I haven't experienced a whole lot of shipping, but it looks good. It's phenomenal. I've actually been using this a lot more than my 19, and I love it. I even more than my classic flap. I just love this bag. I get so many compliments on it, and I love the Lulu collection. I've had a couple Lulus in my collection before, and I love it. And that black bag it'd be a bag that I'm gonna have for the next few years. So I'm here for it. But I always like Saint Laurent handbags in general. Sergio, will you be making Christmas gift card videos? Yes, I will. After tomorrow's video, I don't know what video I'm gonna put out tomorrow. I think tomorrow is the Louis Vuitton bags that I actually like, because I always get asked, I know you don't like Louis Vuitton, sorry, but what are bags that you like? So I think that's the video for tomorrow. But I do have a couple already gift guides in the making. Like they're already kind of, I just have to edit them. So you'll see one under $100, and then you'll see one for him and her. But yeah, you'll be seeing them very, very soon. And I know they have to be posted a little bit more faster because Christmas is literally right around the corner, but you will see some, babe. But any of you guys can always DM me any questions. I've been a lot better with answering DMs as well. Can't wait. Alex says, can't wait to wear my Tory Burch navy coat that I got after your recommendation. Oh, you're gonna love it. My Tory Burch one is right here. I think it's my Tory Burch one, right? Or is it my Burberry one? Because they're kind of similar. Oh, this one's my Burberry one. My Tory Burch one's in my closet. But you're gonna get so much wear on it. The Tory Burch one, I get so many compliments on it. I get more compliments on it than the Burberry one. It just fits. It's so flattering, and I feel like a queen in it. So you're gonna love it, and it was such a great deal. Even I paid a lot more. I think it went on sale for like $210, and I think I paid like $389 for it. So you got a really, really good deal on it. And I know a lot of you guys snatched that up because a lot of you guys told me. Hey sis, how are you? Scenario Love says, thank you for your honest thoughts. Anytime. That's why I love doing these live streams, because I just remember how much fun it was. And I mean, I just like being honest because I feel like a lot of people are honest in general. So I like to keep it 100. What price point would you consider the Prada Nylon re-edition overpriced? Okay, so I bought mine when it was like, I don't remember. When I bought mine in Selfridges, I think right after the VAT refund, I think it was right under $1,000. I think here in the US it was $1,290, or even I think it was $1,190 when it first got introduced. And after the refund, I think I maybe paid like $950 for it. And I've had so many of my friends bugging me, Sergio, when you don't want it, when you don't want it, when you don't want it. For me, it's a bag that I feel like I'm always gonna have. I like it, but you have to keep in mind, Prada kind of made nylon a luxury, because before that, nylon wasn't considered a luxury item. And so that's why Prada, I feel like, can charge so much for nylon, because they're the ones that made it popular. That's why I also didn't know like the Museo Prada, she hates linen. I'm like, girl, I like you too, because linen wrinkles a lot. But I would say after the next price increase, I wouldn't pay no more than 2 racks for it. So right now it's $1,590. It's about $1,800 with tax here in the US. Once that bag is $1,800 and it's $200 with tax, that's when I would cap it out. I still think it's worth it because I feel like it's going to go with a lot. Yes, nylon is very inexpensive to make, but yeah, nylon is very durable. I know a lot of people say nylon is cheap to make, but you have to keep in mind, like, if you buy a soft leather bag, that's going to get more wear on it. It's a lot more money. Nylon, you can literally put that in a washing machine. I've literally have seen TikToks and YouTube videos of people putting that in a washing machine, colored ones, and it looks perfectly fine. So I would say after two more price increases, or once the bag hits 2 racks, is when I would kind of call it a done. But you have to keep in mind, they're the forefronts and the reason why they made nylon a desirable material for handbags and for accessories. So I would kind of consider, once it's over $1,800, that's when I would kind of cap it out, if you ask me. Right now it's $1,590. I think that's okay still, even though, I mean, I hate to say it, but even if something happened to that bag, I would go out and buy it tomorrow. That's how much I love it. And probably not my bucket hat, but I would go out and buy that bag if anything happened to it tomorrow. That's one of the first 5 bags that I would buy in the designer category. So I still think it's worth it. I'll probably give it 1 or 2 more price increases before I cap out. But by then, I should probably have all the Prada nylon, anything that I want. But yeah, I don't really want any more Prada nylon. I do want like the regular top handle one, in like a fun color. And I think after that, I think I'm good with nylon handbags. Let's see. I want to save up for it, but the price keeps increasing. If you follow Lux Hunt, sometimes like on Selfridges and stuff, they have the bag for a little bit less. You have to keep in mind to add duties, like about 10%, but sometimes it's a little bit less, where maybe you find it under $1,500 or a little bit less. I would follow her on Instagram and see if she posts it on sale sometimes. But I still think it's worth it. If you ask me, like I said, when you compare it, I mean, the Louis Vuitton multi-pochette, which is basically coated canvas, and the Prada nylon, I mean, which one has had longer longevity? I know they both kind of came around the same time. I mean, the Louis Vuitton multi-pochette, people don't really talk about it as much as when it first came out. People are still talking about the Prada nylon. So I still think it's worth the money. It says muy cute. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love my Pullin. I got it in the camel in that same numero un. See, I think it's worth it. I think it's something that you could always have. I've had it for a year and a half, and I'm still planning to have it a year and a half from now. So I think it's worth the money. I may not use it as much as when I first got it, also because my handbag collection has changed so much. I went from having, a few bags to now kind of, I wouldn't say collect bags because I do sell bags as I kind of maybe add a few bags, but I do have a lot more bags than a normal person, and I acknowledge that. That's why I always tell people never feel like you have to ever keep up with a blogger or with a YouTuber or with somebody you randomly see online. You don't know how they got the stuff. You don't know if somebody got it for free. You know if somebody got it in a paid collaboration or they got it through an employee discount or whatever. Never ever feel like you ever have to keep up with anybody, guys. And this goes with anything, not even handbags, like with cars or lifestyles. You never know how people fund their lifestyles. And some of the people that I really thought that, oh my God, they got it like that. And once I kind of became friends with them or I kind of became associates with them and I kind of read the room for what it is, you'd be surprised what people do to get their coin. Not saying anything bad, but never feel like you ever have to compete with anybody, besties. Like that's something I'm always going to tell you guys, because you never know what happens behind closed doors, and that's the real tea. Mari says, what are some lazy/comfy presentable clothing options? I think a cute sweatshirt is cute, and I would probably dress it up by wearing maybe denim or maybe more of a kind of like, I know they're coming out more kind of like that work legging or more of that thicker legging. That's not like an Aloe or Lululemon legging, kind of like a little bit more of an appropriate legging. I think that's a cute combo, like a nice high quality sweatshirt with more of a thicker legging that maybe more of that Spank kind of like legging that's a little bit more that has more a little bit more structure to it. Maybe a nice sneaker, but when you want lazy and comfy, we're already associated with being like all over the place, with being messy. I think when you think of lazy and comfy, you kind of want to go to that vibe and aesthetic. I would just say whatever items you're wearing, just make sure it looks presentable. Make sure your sweatshirt doesn't have creases. That means you have to steam out your sweatshirt, and then I would say do it. Or make sure your shoes are clean. I think it's all about the vibe and the presentation. So I feel like you could wear lazy and comfy options like those two-piece sets that are very popular, like the bralettes with the cardigans or like the tops with the matching bottoms. I think it's the way you kind of present it and how the items fit and look towards your body. So I would say for me, my lazy option for me is always kind of like a higher quality sweatshirt, some leggings. It could also be kind of like Aloe leggings. It depends what I'm doing as well. And then probably like a nice sneaker dressed up, probably with my face and everything bare face, maybe with jewelry, sunglasses, the whole shebang. You kind of give it more of a step up. And then also, I find that when people wear more kind of casual clothing, they kind of like walk a little bit like that, be a little bit more posture, have a little bit more rigid when you kind of dress up. So that's what I would kind of recommend. But as far as like brands, I would think like Anina Being sweatshirts. I would think like Aloe. I think Aloe clothing is really well quality. Sweaty Betty is one of my favorite ones. Those are kind of brands that kind of come into mind when I think about more kind of casual clothing. I also like Brandy Melville too, but I know Brandy Melville is very kind of controversial, but I also like Brandy Melville as a good kind of like comfy brand for like comfy clothes. Hi, Sergio. How do you feel about the MCM? Do you have a favorite reseller site outside of Poshmark? So I do like MCM. I prefer more of the embossed leather than the coated canvas. If I were to get a coated canvas, I'd probably get the black one or like the darker one. I do like MCM a lot. MCM used to do really well. Well, it would go in circles because we wouldn't get MCM. Like we would get a lot of it and then not a lot of it and then a lot of it and then not a lot of it. I like MCM a lot, but I definitely prefer more of their leather items. I think they're very well quality, very well nice quality. I think one thing about MCM, people associate MCM with like monogram or too much or tacky. I would say it could be a little bit too much depending what you buy. But one thing that I never see a lot of people talk about is the quality. The quality of MCM stuff is actually really well made. And the coated canvas is actually coated more times than the Louis Vuitton monogram canvas. So, and it's a lot more stiffer and a lot more, it feels more luxurious when you carry it, but not stiffer where it feels kind of plasticky. Kind of like when the Tory Burch Gemini totes first came out, when they had kind of like that shininess, not that shininess. It just feels a lot more sturdy, is what I'm trying to say. I do like MCM. I prefer MCM monogram over Louis Vuitton, or I prefer the quality of it as well. And as far as favorite reseller site, I only really buy outside of Poshmark or like the Real. I really buy on Fashion File. I love Fashion File. That's where I got my Cartier watch. I saved about like $1,000. I sold some stuff and I got my 10% credit. I got this and the Gucci hat, my brown one. Those are my only two purchases from Fashion File this year. But I got my classic flat from Fashion File. I got my Chanel wallet from Fashion File. I'm trying to think what else. I got like maybe 2 more items from Fashion File. I love Fashion File. I never had any issues, and they've been nothing but nice. So I would say Fashion File I like, but I will say recently the prices on some stuff is a little too high. But if you check the new arrivals, some of the new arrivals, I would say some of it is priced pretty decently, but you have to keep on checking the website. Christy said, "No nací pendejo, love it." Yeah, that's true. I mean, some of my friends and some of the things they ask me, like, not dumb questions, because I don't think there's such thing as a dumb question, but they'll ask me like, "Hey, Sergio, like, how does a credit card work?" Like friends that are like 26 or 27, and I'm like, I girl, siéntate. I said, te voy a platicar. Te say, oh, girl, let me get myself a little Red Bull, una agüita. Let's talk about it. Or we'll be on FaceTime and be like, okay, show me the card that you got offered in the mail. Okay, what are you looking for? So some people, I feel like some of my friends, I feel like God put me here to also help out my friends or the people that I love and I care for. So it's really great when I see people coming and asking me for advice and thoughts, like when it's like even my friends or like even like my tío, like, oye Sergio, ¿qué es esta tarjeta de crédito? And I kind of explain it, or oye Sergio, where can I blah 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 blah, whatever it is. So I'm glad that no nací pendejo, so I can help people in real life. And also like on social media. Just discovered your channel earlier this week, and I've been thoroughly enjoying your videos. I love how you appreciate mid-tier brands and how you're not exclusively focused on high-end luxury. I'm a little bit of both. I will always be a little bit of both, and the reason is because like I just love it all, especially when I worked at Nordstrom, and you'll see me mention Nordstrom a lot because it was part of me. I worked there for 4 years. Um, a lot of the customers, believe it or not, especially a lot of the level 4 customers, they would buy whatever they saw. If they walked in the floor and they saw Alexander McQueen bag that they love, they bought it. They'll be back maybe 3 months later and they'll buy Marc Jacobs and be just as happy. So I like a little bit of everything, especially when it comes to my looks. I may wear my Givenchy beautiful trench coat, and I'll wear my T monogram Troy Birch bag with my Troy Birch shoes and call it a day. But I've always liked the kind of like contemporary and designer in general. I have been kind of going more towards like H&M and like stuff like that a little bit, but not a whole lot. But I prefer the quality of items, but I do prefer a little bit of both. The best of both worlds, and that will always be me. I could never ever see myself only buying like Bottega Veneta and Chanel for the rest of my life. I don't think that's not something realistic for me. But also, even if let's say like 10 years from now, 5 years from now, I end up having where I'm in a space where I can only buy designer and not be happy with it full price. I don't think that would ever be me. Like I could never see myself ever going into a store and spending like $15,000 on like stuff that I don't think was worth it. That's in the moment. I mean, I have done that, but in like small quantities. But I just love what I like, and if what I like happens to be contemporary or designer, I mean, so be it. But I just like a little bit of both, and I feel like that aspect of me will never change. I've always liked both, and even in 10 years from now, that's still going to be me. There may be days where I will wear designer head to toe, but then there's days where I wear contemporary head to toe, or days where I wear my Ritzy bodysuit, my Nina Bean blazer, my Nina Bean shorts, maybe my Rose shoes, and then I'll wear, a Marc Jacobs bag. It just depends my vibe. Elaine says, Sergio, hi, I love you too. Jay Prosser says, love you, Sergio, I love you too. I love both of you. Mari says, I saw the Marc Jacobs snapshot and it was so stiff and difficult to open. It is pretty stiff. I actually have it. I'll show it to you guys just so you can kind of see it. I'm gonna fix my bag as I go. I still like my Marc Jacobs snapshot. I've always liked them, but they are a little bit stiffer, especially as you try to put more stuff in it. It can get pretty stiff. On mine, I have the strap on the inside. This gives me pumpkin spice latte vibes. But you can fit quite a bit of stuff in it, but I can see why you say where once you stuff it, it can be quite hard to put. Or I remember when I was we would put like tissue or like stuff inside of it, and it can get kind of stuck to kind of open it. And you can see kind of like the zipper can sometimes be a little bit harder to kind of move around, especially as you put items. I still like the snapshot because I think it's a nice going out bag and a nice kind of like also kind of like a beginner bag too, because it's very easy to clean and you don't really need a lot, like your phone, your card case, maybe your keys. I like it, but you saw me kind of struggle with the zipper. I can see why you say it can be a little bit stiff, but it's just because the bag is smaller and compact. People love it, people hate it, but I think the snapshot is a classic for the brand, and I still see myself having this for the next. I'm gonna wear this next fall as well. I'm still gonna wear this right now, and I'll bring this out. I think this kind of color is really pretty for the summertime, especially the yellow too. This kind of reminds me of like Havana and Cuba for whatever reason. It kind of gives me Miami vibes too. When I first bought it, I thought it was gonna be a fall bag, but I noticed I can wear this in the summertime too. But I love my Snapchat, but I do agree with what you're saying is that it can be kind of stiff and difficult to open. What is the Gucci bag behind you? So this is a Gucci bag that I got before Gucci went into concession. So when I first started working at Nordstrom, I had gone All-Star, I had 33% off. And my friend ended up going through all the Gucci sell lists and found all these UPCs of all these bags. And I ended up buying so many Gucci bags for 60% off plus 33. This happens to be one of them. This is actually my mom's bag. I wanted to wear it for the season. Next time I go to Dallas, I'm going to give it back to her. But I remember I bought so many Gucci bags for some of my friends and family. I don't have any of them because I literally gave them all away because they're all 60% off and 33. I said, I cannot say no. So I think I ended up paying like maybe like, I don't know what the retail of this was, but I think I ended up paying like 5 something for it. And I got like Gucci crossbodies, like back then when like the balloon, like the little rosy color, a lot of those bags were 60 plus 33. Oh my God, I bought so many of them. Like the crossbodies for like $200, $300. But yeah, this is my mom's bag. I'm gonna give it back to her. I usually don't like to borrow bags from people, but I asked my mom. This kind of gave me pumpkin spice latte vibes, but it is the Boston bag web and the non-coated canvas. And this was part of, I think, maybe 2019 collection, 2018 collection. I like it, but it will go back to my mom's house when I get back, and she also has some of my bags too. So we'll do a rotation, but that's the bag. It's a Gucci Boston bag that I got when I worked at Nordstrom, 60 plus 33% off. What do you think about Princess Cooler? I like Princess Cooler. I know the PS1 has had its day, per se, what people say. It's still being carried. I still like it. I will probably buy one not full price, pre-love, because they go for really great prices. I like Princess Cooler because it's just very kind of one of those low-key brands, but you can know what it is, especially the PS1. I like it. I definitely do see myself adding one eventually down the future. I would love to have a bag from every single brand, at least like have like now you know how Jeffree Star has that vault or used to have that vault, kind of like that, but instead of having it with like Birkins and Kellys and like super expensive bags, I would want it to be with like a category of every bag. Like, here's my Dooney Burke bags, here's my Chanel bags, here's my Celine bags, here's my Princess Cooler, my Alexander McQueen bags. Like, I would just love to have like a little bit of like a little mini Palacio Hierro or a little mini Neiman Marcus where I have like a little bit, but they're bags that I love, not bags that I just bought just to fill in the space. So eventually I would want to have that later on in the road, but I do like PS1 a lot. Love your modern style, Sergio. Thank you so much. I feel like my style has changed. I feel like it's kind of going towards a different direction. I find that when I worked at Nordstrom or just there, I would buy so much things on sale and things that didn't really match. And I feel like ever since I left, I kind of started to find my style. It's kind of clean, classic, but a little bit of a funness to it, but not a whole lot. Where a lot of these items I could always bring out every single year. Mama says, hello, Sergio. Love your videos. What is your take on Strathberry bags? I love Strathberry bags a lot. I used to have the little mini bag. I ended up selling it, and the reason was because the bag would scratch very easily. The leather is very beautiful, very, very beautiful. I think Strathberry bags are made really well. When I worked in Nordstrom, people love to buy them, and I would love to sell them because it wasn't that price point where it wasn't super expensive, like a Alexander McQueen bag or like a Givenchy or Chloe, but it also wasn't like a Tory Burch bag or like Marc Jacobs as far as price point. So somewhere in the middle. And I just think that they're made in Spain, they're handmade, they're beautiful, like the whiff of leather when I would do the trucks. I have so many videos of me doing the trucks. I love them so much, but I would say the leather on them is very delicate, and it's so hard to get those scratches out. So I will say, guys, if you do love Strathberry bags, I love them a lot as well. But I would just say they're very delicate and they'll get scratched very easily. And then their bags on the inside are kind of lined with this kind of like suede material, kind of like this material, or kind of like microfiber. This is my Royal Moon bag, kind of like in this material right here. And that's like a piece of gum right there, kind of like in this material right here. And so especially if you have like larger items, it would kind of leave marks on it. So I would say I love Strathberry bags, but I would just say those are two things that I worry about, is that the leather can be very delicate, and also the suede on the inside can look a little dirty after a few seasons. But I do like Strathberry bags in general, and I think they're a beautiful brand that you don't see a lot of people have. Dylan says, how do you handle jealous family members? I don't really talk to them. You literally get cut off. I'm at the point where in my life where I don't really care what other people have to say about me, and if you don't love me, if you don't support me, I'm just like, girl, bye. I don't care. But you know, it's funny because everything always comes back around. Like, like for example, I had like one of my family members like reach out to me, and because there was something posted about me on LinkedIn because I did something like, I guess internally, I don't know what it. I did basically. I was in a seminar, right? And so it got posted into LinkedIn, and so one of my family members saw it and was like, "Oh my god, I'm so proud of you." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, "Girl, I have not talked to you like over 2 years, and there's a reason why I don't talk to you. You were the one first bragging, saying, 'Oh, you're the first grandchildren to graduate from college.'" But you know, like it's just funny how the way things turned out, and that's why I never talk down against people. Even when I get mad, I don't say stupid stuff because at the end of the day, the same people you see on your way up are the same people you're gonna see down. And then I remember last year I posted like this video. I forgot what it was called because I was so mad back then. It was like one of my uncles like talking so much shit to my dad, saying how like, how do you let your son post YouTube videos? Like that's weird. How does your son have handbags? And obviously my dad defended me in that situation, but I don't like that really made me upset. I think it's like how I deal with hate and negativity. And it was around this time. Oh my god, I remember I was so mad. Like I was so mad. I never get mad. For me to be mad takes a lot. But ever since I feel like that situation was the last straw, and I cut everybody out, and I have people, family members message me, text me, whatever. I'm like, girl, once you're cut off, you are cut off. Like I do not give people second chances. The only people I give second chances is like my mom, my dad, and my brother, and some of my cousins and some of my tios and tias. But even then, they know better than to cross a certain boundary or to say things. And there's a way to go about things versus saying, "Oh my god, your sweater's so fucking ugly." You don't say that. You say, "You know what, Sergio? I don't. Maybe your sweater's a little too sheer. Maybe add a third piece." Like there's a way you go about things without coming across as rude. But I kind of cut people off as it kind of happens, and I really don't look back. And if anything, those are the same people congratulating. "Oh my god, Sergio! I remember when this and that. Blah 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 blah." I'm like, it's okay, girlie. Like, I don't need your support. And you'd be surprised how many people text me on a day to day basis. You know how my on things, and I really don't have time, nor do I care to respond. And don't get me wrong, like I've cried, I've shed tears, I've been in my feelings and mood. And right now I say it across of a screen, and it sounds easy to say it across of a screen, but a lot of that shit hurts. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but you have to keep in mind, I've been bullied the moment I was in second grade to going on forward. So much stuff has happened through to me. I've been through so much stuff in my life that you guys would never ever believe. So for me, I've grown to have very very thick skin, so nothing really bothers me. But you just have to cut them off, and you have to keep it moving. And once I cut people off, I really don't look. I really don't look back. Um, Ross, Ringo says, "Do you have a Chanel 19?" Yes, I have a Chanel 19 Maxi, and is a Birkin on your radar. Not this year, and I'll probably end up getting a Birkin next year, maybe towards around this time. But honestly, I'm not in a rush to get it. I have my entire life to get a Hermes Birkin. I used to kind of be like, "Oh, if I do this, I can save it." I'm like, "Girl, stop even trying, Sergio. Like, life is like, yes, life is short. You can buy the bag, whatever." But what I'm trying to say is like, you have your entire life to get whatever you want, Sergio. So I kind of take things piece by piece, but the things that I do have, I love and I appreciate it. But I do see myself having it. They are on my radar, but if once it sits on my lap, it'll happen. But I'm not planning to buy it within the next 8 months to 12 months. I could I could live without a Birkin for the next 10 years. I'll be totally fine. If the price increases goes up to $10,000, well, I should be successful enough to buy whatever price increase it has. But I do like it. It's nice, but not on my radar. There's so much other bags that I would much rather have than a Birkin, because I feel like once I have a Birkin, I just feel like I feel like for me, and some people may think I'm capping. I'm not. I feel like for me, I would just treat it as all my other bags. Like I don't wear my Chanel bags every day. I don't wear my scientific. I switch out my bag, so it'll just be kind of. I may use it in the honeymoon stage, but at the end of the day, it's going to be treated like any other bag as I use it. So for me, I feel like I'm not really in a rush to get it, and that's something that I really learned. Also, Canada Goose or Montclair. So I have both. I have two Montclair jackets. I have three Canada Goose jackets. I have Canada Goose beanie, and I have a Montclair beanie. I would say fashion-wise and look-wise, I prefer the look and the aesthetic of Montclair. But as far as practicality, when it really gets down to being cold, which one keeps me more warm, Canada Goose. So for me in Texas, it doesn't really get that cold. So for me, I'm always gonna want to wear my Montclair a little bit more than Canada Goose. I have a Montclair, Canada Goose. And the other jackets are in the closet, but I have these ones too here. Canada Goose, Montclair, and so I prefer. I'm not gonna lie to you. I prefer to wear my Montclair. I just think it looks more sleek and more stylish. This kind of gives me more North Face vibe. It gives me more like you're wearing it because it's cold, not because you want to be more fashion. I still wear it. Don't get me wrong. I'm never getting rid of these are classic items. But if I have to pick one for me, especially it doesn't get that cold here in Houston or in Dallas, I'm gonna pick Montclair. But when I go to Chicago and stuff, best to believe it, I'm probably gonna be wearing my Canada Goose a lot more because in my opinion, I find that especially during the ice storm, I was wearing both of these brands. I found that the Canada Goose did keep me more warm than the Montclair, if I'm being 100% honest. So there you have it. I prefer Montclair for the looks and the fashion wise, and it does keep me warm. But when it comes down with it, with the functionality, and if you were only to have one, I would say Canada Goose, and it's a little bit of a lower price point as well. I love it. Do so true what you say about keeping with bloggers, influencers. Love that you're so down to earth. I always feel like just never ever feel like you have to compete with anybody, like never. And that's something that I learned early on. I felt like I always have to compete, and now that I'm kind of out of like, now that I kind of like see and I read the room for what it is, I'm just kind of like, you know what, I just gonna keep it moving, and I kiki with the girls, and it is what it is. But I would say just take it day by day, and just know that you never really know what happens behind closed doors. Congrats on your channel and your beautiful personality. Thank you so much, Liz. I appreciate it. Um, Dylan says, stay away from them as much as you can and pray for them. God might change their hearts. Yes, that's true. I would say, I don't go to church that much. I would say, I think the last time I went to church was like when my grandpa died, if I'm being honest. I'm a very spiritual person. I do pray to God or beat him. I'm not going to lie. I do. But I will say you could just send a little prayer here and there. But at the end of the day, regardless of what they said or did to you or whatever happens in that situation, they have to acknowledge what they did, and they have to do the first step. I think you trying to change a person is really not going to help. It through my experience, and I let people kind of figure themselves out. And like I said, once I cut people off and they really read the room and they say, "Damn, I really cut my relationship with Sergio. I don't know where he's going to be at 5 years from now," or I never, or like even like before I started my YouTube channel or before anything. You never know what you need from people, or you never know what people can do for you, or you never know when it comes at the end of the day, when you have the flu, who's gonna bring soup to your house, who's gonna take you to your hospital, your doctor appointment, who's gonna take you when you're in an emergency to take care of your children, who are you gonna call? So just be careful and be kind with people. Not saying that you have to be fake, but never burn bridges, and that's something that I always learn. Sometimes you do, but you can also be mutual. There's a lot of family members that I'm just I don't care, but if I see you, I respect you and I love you. But we're mutual. But if you were to call me, you said you needed something, I'd be there to help you. Hola Sergio, ¿qué bolso blanco recomiendas? So for white bags, tengo dos. I would recommend for contemporary, mi Coach pillow bag. Love it. I haven't had any major wear, like major wear that you can see. I maybe have a little bit of un scratch aquí, pero todo se mira perfecto bien. And then my Marc Jacobs J-Link también me gusta porque with your oily hands y así no se te hace feo la bolsa. Es como safiano, pero no es tan safiano. And it holds, it's structured really well. Y tiene un strap adentro también el de Coach. Esos son los de Contemporary que voy a estar recommending. For designer, voy a recomendar este Saint Laurent Vintage Camera Bag que compré hace como 2 semanas. Lo amo y lo uso mucho. Y también mi Bottega Veneta cassette son las dos de designer que voy a hacer recommending. Son las que amo y las que uso mucho. Pero estas son las bolsas blancas 4 que tengo en mi colección que me gusta. I would recommend esta aquí, pero esta ya no lo hacen porque it went on sale. Pero if you get your hands on esta, también lo recomiendo. Esta es una bolsa blanca que sí me gusta. Brainy says, love your style, Sergio. Thank you so much. Ash to the B says, thanks, Sergio. I just bought an MCM crossbody coated canvas bag, so I wanted to know your take because no one really talks about them. I love them, and it's gonna last you really, really well, and it's really, really great quality. So I think MCM bags are like 5 years old and they still look good. So I think you made a really wise choice. ASMR Loving Me says, absolutely love your channel. Became addicted to your channel when you started living your truth. You are so young and have so much to add to the fashionista of YouTube. Uh, brunch, anyone? Oh my god, I love me a good brunch. Oh my god, I love me a good drag brunch. When I went to Chicago, oh my god, I was like, that's why I really want to go to Chicago. Have a drag brunch, have mimosas, and have your little, you know how like when you go to drag brunches, you have like a stack of like $1 bills. I usually get maybe like, it depends who I'm with. If I'm with a friend, I'll make it like 60 ones. If I'm like by myself, probably like 40. And it's just so fun, like drinking mimosas and eating your little small food. You know, usually in drag brunches, the food isn't that great, for being honest, but it's just the whole vibe and aesthetic. But I also love me like a regular brunch as well, drinking mimosas. A girl can drink mimosas, girl. I start, when I start drinking a lot, I start laughing a lot. And I just start becoming a lot more giggly and laughing versus being like sloppy, like knocking down a drink. That's not me. My cousin Kenny is like that. He's sloppy, and I was like at some place in like Oak Cliff. Like I don't know if you guys remember. Remember when I first shaved my head off, right? I'm growing out my top. That's why it looks like a hot mess. I'm gonna hop in the shower after the live. Remember when I had these marks right here? It was because me and my Kenny tried fighting me at a restaurant. I know this is probably my most ghettoest moment of the entire year. He tried fighting me because he was, I don't know why he got mad. He didn't get mad at me. He got mad at my friend, and I was the only one that can control him. He's about like 6'2". I'm about 5'11", and I literally had to, like, me and him went at it. He took off his shirt. Oh my god, I'm not that drunk. I will never be that type of person, never. But ever since I saw that, I'm like, girl, I would never want to be that. And we were having brunch. I think we were all making fun of him because he kept like, he was so sloppy that he kept like dropping his drinks and his food. And the server was like, is he okay? I was like, yeah, girl, he's fine. But ever since then, I'm like, girl, I would never be that sloppy, and I never have, and I never will be. But I'm always down for a brunch. A girl can have a good time, and that's where all my secrets get spilled. Um, let's see. Um, oh my god, we see a lot of spam comments. I also do store designer handbag reviews on my channel. If anyone's interested, I just purchased my first LV wallet and a beautiful toy birch bag. Let's subscribe right now, Mary. I'm gonna do it right now. Well, I'm gonna live. I need to subscribe to my other friend's channel too. The one I saw at the outlets. Let's see. Babe, I just subscribed to you. You have 218 videos. Just subscribe. You guys go subscribe to her. I just subscribed, love. I'll check you out once I start getting ready for the night. Did you see the Coach Tabby rainbow like pastel bags? It's not on their website anymore. No, I haven't seen it. Are you talking about like the lighter, like pinky ones and stuff like that? I have seen it. I know that if they're current, they're probably still in the stores. You can call them. But as far as a full rainbowy one, I have not seen that in person or just in general at all. Wendy says, "Are you sick again?" I started my luxury bag collection this year, and I have 5 bags so far. Ooh, yes, 5 bags, and hopefully Santa Claus. I'm Santa Claus, so I'm manifesting that you're gonna have a 6th one under your tree this year. Yes, I'm sick again. Well, I was telling all my people in the live stream that all my friends got sick when we were watching House of Gucci on Monday, or even before that, like on Saturday, we were all like getting ready and stuff. And we were all like coughing and snoring and stuff. It was one of my friends that I knew he had gotten sick, and then all of us have been sick this entire week, and that's why in like some of my videos I sound kind of like congested. It's because I don't know what it is, but my friends got me sick, so I'm kind of like in the end stages. It's not really as bad as how it used to be, like Monday through Wednesday, but I feel like yesterday and today. And then I think I got my other 2 friends sick because they're like, "Oh, girl, I'm dead." But girl, we'll see when I call them after this live. They're gonna be like, "Oh, girl, I'm not sick anymore." I'm like, "Girl, you better not get me sick." Oh my god, these spam comments. You can leave me more. IOBS Life says, "Hey Sergio, hey, how are you? Love from Houston, Texas. I love your blogs. Can you do more lookbooks?" Yes, I'm actually in the focusing of doing one. I watched Hailey Bieber do one, and it kind of inspired me how much I love doing them, just because my outfits are very carefree and effortlessly. And also, if something is sold out that I have in my collection, or something is like not available, or if it's like a different price point, I like that it's very easy to substitute it for another item. So I will be doing one. I'm actually in the processes of kind of I placed an order online that I'm waiting for a few clothes and kind of playing with them. And then after that, I am going to do a full lookbook, giving you some daytime brunch looks. I'm going to be giving you my nighttime looks, a fancy dinner look. You guys already know I always have these different vibes and aesthetics. And you guys know I change like 2 or 3 times a day. So yes, I will be doing one of those very, very soon. One for Vlogmas. Miss BK says, hey again, Sergio. I'm eyeing a few Fendi bags. Want to know your opinion on the Fendi bags and where you choose get a sunshine toe or a classic baguette. Honestly, for sunshine toe and classic baguette, I would say the classic baguette. I can see the sunshine toe not being within the test of time. I've always liked the baguettes, and even though they did kind of leave and come back, I've always been a big fan of the baguettes, and I like the newer styles with the thicker straps on them. I think it's more versatile. I think for the sunshine tote, I think there's other brands that you can get a tote from other than Fendi. I would definitely go for a baguette, a peekaboo, or the Fendi first before I even get a sunshine tote. I love the Fendi baguettes and people that love them. I know some bloggers have their bag for like 3 or 4 years, and I still see them wearing it and it looks brand new. And I see them kind of review it in their vlogs. I love it. So I think I saw Monroe Steele. She just bought one recently, but I remember when she bought her first one in Miami. And that bag, she still wears it and it looks pretty decent. So I say a classic baguette, even if it's in the kind of like fabric material that's not coated, I say definitely go for it. So I'd take the classic baguette over the sunshine toe. Oh my god, yes, we got those rude comments in here, but it is fine. We'll deal with it. It comes with the territory, babe. I went to visit Houston too. What are some good gay nightclubs to visit? I always love your outfits. It depends. Basically, there's 3 places in Houston that my friends have taken me. 4 places that they've taken me. So we're gonna talk about it right now. Let's talk about it. So there's Neon Boots, which is like Mexican, like tacuache, like you wear your cowboy boots, your like pressed pants, a button up, like my like your tios be going there, my little cousins be going there. There's that there, right? There it's gay night on Friday night, which is tonight. I'm not going there, by the way. I liked it, but it's not like Rieles in Dallas. But I would say that's the first place that's like outside of it. And then there's another place called Tony's Pocketbook. It's where the guys like they only really wear like a one piece and they're like dancing and stuff. Not my vibe. I didn't really like it. It does get really busy on the weekends, and it's next kind of by downtown. A lot of people go there before they go to Montrose. Third place is Rebar, which is by Montrose. Well, it is Montrose, but it's like away from all the other gay bars. It's definitely more for a mature crowd. I definitely do like going there because I feel like people are not like fighting or juvenile and childish. I do like going there a lot. I'll probably be there tonight if I'm being honest. And then there's obviously Montrose where all the gay bars are at. So you have Blur, which opens at 10:30. They do let people under 21 go, and that's one thing that I don't like about that. And it's not even because I talk to people, because I really don't. I'm really just with my friends. I just don't like. I don't know, something about like people under 21 being there, and then I just don't really like that. I like going there, but I don't have a lot of enjoyment going there. Oh, and then there's this other place too called Papi's that's outside of kind of Montrose. I didn't really like it. It wasn't my vibe. So next to Blur, right across the street, there's JR's. I like to have a Sunday Funny there. Other than that, meh. There's Ripcord, there's Hamburger Mary's, there's I don't know the other ones. There's a bunch of them. I prefer if I were to go out, I would go there and I would kind of start your night. I like the music in Ripcord, and I also like the music. I forget what it's called. It's like 2 houses. It's kind of by Hamburger Mary's, but I forgot what the name of it is. You can DM me. I'll find the name, but I'm trying to think of it. But I would just stay there and just kind of bounce around. None of them ever have a fee except Blur. I think it's like $7 or $10. Just kind of bounce around and kind of find your vibe. That's what I would recommend. And when I'm out with my friends, that's what we usually do is we bounce around different places. But recently, I'm not gonna lie, I have been liking going to the straight bars a little bit recently, just because a lot of my gay friends like going there. So it's been a little bit more fun. I never thought I would actually say that. But I actually been liking going to like Washington Street and what's the other one in like Midtown. I've been kind of enjoying that vibe too. But I would say the nightlife is a lot better in Houston than Dallas for gay or straight. I just think it's a lot better in general. But I would say just walk around Montrose and then just kind of find your vibe. Do you like Houston or Dallas more? I like Houston more. It's more fast paced and I love it. VF says I'm in Dallas, Oakland. I used to live in Oakland too. I live like 5-minute walk away from the gay strip, and I kind of want to move to Houston. I say move to Houston I would say I don't really like the reason why I didn't move to Montrose was in like the neighborhood, like in that area, is just because there's like a lot of houses and for apartments, it's more on the outskirts by the freeway. And I didn't want to live like that. That's why I ended up moving to still in Houston, very close to everything, but just not Montrose. I'll say move to Houston. You're gonna love it. I mean, I love Houston, and I love every single moment of it. Sammy says, Amor, I'm missing you on here. I'm going to be here every Friday. Well, next Friday, I have a friend's graduation, so I won't be here. But that next Friday, I will be doing one. I'm going to be start doing them more consistently. I love live streams, and it doesn't even feel like I've been on here for an hour and a half. I really miss my little gay live streams. Are you going to buy a used Birkin or a brand new Birkin? It just depends, to be honest. Like I said, I'm just taking my time. If I go into Hermes and I buy, let's say, a blanket and they offer me a Birkin and I like it, I'm not going to take it if I don't want it. Then I'll buy it. So be it. But if I get an opportunity where, hey, I'm selling my used Birkin for so and I like it and I've been good that month, and I may buy it. It's really just going to depend what the wind takes me. Like I said, I'm not particularly, I don't really care. And I know in live past videos I've said I will only buy a brand new one. Honestly, I don't really care at this point. It just whatever sits in my lap, whatever happens, and it could be a Kelly too. I'm open to Kelly as well. What are sites you use and trust if you buy something pre-loved? I would say Fashion File. I love. Honestly, that's really the one website where I buy most of my items. I just love it so much. I just think that you can find everything there, and then also the Real, kind of controversial, but I never had any issues with the Real. But I mean, they stand behind their quality. So if you were for whatever reason get anything that's not real, you'll get your money back. Love you so much. I'm from Chicago. Oh, I love Chicago. I cannot be in Chicago soon. I love Chicago. Um, give me 1 second, guys. I'm actually gonna go blow my nose. My nose is kind of congested. I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second. It's like super congested. Okay, guys. I feel like a lot better. Sorry about that. I just wanted to clear my nose out. As someone who from the north, everywhere wears Canada Goose because it's warmer and better for the blizzards that we get. Yeah, like I said, I always say Canada Goose is always going to be a lot more. Not that Montclair doesn't keep you warm. It just feel like it's a little bit more. They're more fashion oriented versus my Canada Goose is more kind of like for what it is, like to keep you warm oriented. Other brands that you have caught your eye or excited about this year? Yes, there's this new brand. I got a new bag for me. Like I said, I'm getting a bunch of a few items. And then one of them happens to be a brand that I never purchased from. It's a brand I think from Copenhagen, Denmark. So I'm so excited for that. And I asked you guys on Instagram like a couple weeks back or like last week, what are brands that you want to see? And there's a couple brands that I kind of want to get into that you guys have mentioned. So you'll be seeing a lot more brands. I feel like I can admit it. I feel like I've been in the same brands, but I definitely do want to expand out and kind of try different handbag brands. Like I want to try Furla, like Brahmin. Like I want to go in and kind of try out different brands. So I think in the new year and maybe even closer towards the end, you're gonna see me introduce a lot more brands than Tory and like Marc Jacobs and like Chanel. There's gonna be a lot more, even more diversity in my handbag collection than there ever has been before. So keep tuned for that, and you're gonna be seeing a lot more. And I kind of want to start buying from smaller brands too. So you'll be seeing that as well. How do you feel about Saint Laurent price increases? It sucks that they did a price increase, but I still think that Saint Laurent is well worth the money. I love Saint Laurent. I know some of the items went like $100 or $200. Some items stayed the same price. I still love Saint Laurent, and I still think it's 100% worth the money. So even though they didn't have price increase, I mean that's every brand, that's everything, even at the grocery store. So it sucks, but at least I still think that Saint Laurent's still a reasonable price point. What happened to the Brandon Blackwood bag? It is in my closet. I have it. I actually placed an order for Brandon Blackwood bags through Nordstrom like a couple months back, and all of it got canceled. I was pretty upset. I had like the little Hilo Lux has it, the little one that looks like a cow, like the cow baguette, and it had two trunks, but it all got canceled. So I don't know where it's at. Oh, these are not all my bags. I just put all my neutral colored bags here, but all my colorful bags, like my Marc Jacobs denim tote, my Louis Vuitton basket bags, They're all in the closet. This is just where I happen. This is like an open space where I actually film my videos. Now I have like actual different spaces versus a studio, but they're all in my closet. All the Michael Kors fun colored bags are also in the closet. Like all the other bags are there. I want Louis Vuitton Neverfull so bad just for the convenience, but I don't want to be basic. The Louis Vuitton Neverfull is basic, but what I always say is like buy what's practical for you. Say, at the end of the day, it's your money, you're buying it, and if people think it's basic, like I do think it's a little bit of basic bag, but if you see the value, you're gonna use it a lot, you're gonna get your money's worth, then get it. Get whatever fits your lifestyle. Don't get whatever you feel like is gonna satisfy Instagram or TikTok or whatever. At the end of the day, I feel like people need to buy whatever they love. And that's why I say maybe you may not agree with opinion that I have, but at the end of the day, I may be like sarcastic. Oh yeah, that's a basic bag. But at the end of the day, girl, buy whatever you love and buy whatever you're gonna get wear out of, because these bags are not cheap. We all work hard for our stuff. So buy whatever you love. That's what I would say. If you come to Chicago, get in insomnia cookies and come from Lollapalooza for one day. I also went to school with Juice WRLD when he was alive, so kind of upset about his death. Yeah, Juice WRLD's death was really, really sad when I heard about it. Yes, that was really, really sad. No, I love Chicago. I'm definitely gonna go back very, very soon. Latoya says, hey now, I'm so late. Love and support the channel. Thank you so much, Latoya. Really, really appreciate it. I love the drag brunch. There's one in South Florida, Wynwood area, and the food is delicious. The show is amazing. Yes, I'm always here for a drag brunch. When I was in Miami Beach, I went to one on my birthday with all my friends, and that one, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Palace. Yeah, that's what it's called. Oh my god, it was so much fun. I had so much of a fun vibe. I love drag brunches. They do drag brunches like nowhere else. But I will say Chicago drag is pretty good too. No, the Coach Heavy Bag one rainbow has like different pastel colors on it. No, oh, I think I know what you're talking about. No, I have seen it, but I haven't seen it ever since they got introduced. But I would call it, maybe it got transferred to the outlet. I would call the Coach store like your local one, or maybe the local one that's more higher volume, like the one that's in like the bigger mall, and see if they can track it down for you. I know that they could do that, because sometimes when it's sold out online, I know the inventory sometimes is different from online and in store. Faith says, hi Sergio, hi, how are you? Miss PK sent $10 as a super chat. Thank you so much, Miss PK. I really, really appreciate it. You do not have to do that, but I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Mary says, thank you so much. Anytime, love. Thoughts on the Versace bags do you have in your collection? I have a little small blue flap in my collection. The Versace bags recently had a price increase. I noticed that like a couple of days ago. I love the Versace bags. I really want a La Medusa kind of like full bag. I really, 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 really want to add one. But as far as like kind of like newer collection with like those little stripes that kind of remind me of Goyard, I wouldn't buy those personally, but like La Medusa, like that collection, I really, really like. They can be very loud, so you have to be kind of, if you want to wear it as an everyday bag, I would just kind of be very picky on what you pick from the brand, because Versace can be done very overdone very quickly. But I do love Versace bags, and I do see myself adding a La Medusa sometime next year. Like I said, I would much rather be happy with the Versace La Medusa than a Birkin. A Birkin will always be there, but sometimes I want to have fun. So I do want a La Medusa, and that's one of the handbags that I would want to add into my collection next year. Should I invest in leather or canvas from an overall luxury bag collection? I have 2 YSL bags, 4 SOG YSL in a pouch. Also have the LV pouch that comes in Neverfull, but I got it on Fashion File. It depends for what you're going to use it for. If you're going to get like, and then the type of leather. If it's leather, I would make sure it's more of a heavy duty leather, and it just depends how much wear. If you're planning to, like you said earlier, you want to get a Neverfull, that's a bag that can get a lot of wear in it, especially like the damier and bean, and you won't necessarily see the wear on it. It just depends how much you're going to use the bag. Because for me, there's some bags that I know that I could treat and throw to the ground, into the trash, like my Tory Rich Walker in my beat bag, and I find it in my Nylon Prada, and it's in my Jody, it's gonna be fine. But there's other bags like this that's not coated canvas that can get dirty very easily. So I would say if you're gonna use it a lot, I'd probably go for canvas. And if it's gonna be kind of like since you would have 2 YSL bags, more of a rotation bag, then I could experiment with maybe a softer leather or maybe a different type of material. But if you're planning to use it as like a really, really rough material, I would say canvas. Hi, Sergio. I've been following you for a while now. Never commented. You're such a bad influence. I bought so many bags and shoes after watching your reviews. I don't know, consider that a good or a bad thing. I kind of consider it Hannah Montana, a little bit of best of both worlds. But I hope that all the recommendations that I've had that you've enjoyed. I really really I would really really hope so. Hi again. With the current Chanel price increases, do you think the Chanel Coco handle is worth the money over the classic flap? Do you see it lasting it in the fashion world? I think Chanel in general, the classic looking bags, I feel like they're always going to be in style. Like I still see people carry the Chanel executive tote that got discontinued a long time ago, like in 2013, 2014. I think the double C's never really go out of style, depending what bag, obviously. But honestly, right now in my collection, I would honestly go for the Coco handle. I just think it's so much fun. I love the handle. It gives it more of a fresh look to it. It still has kind of like those classic Chanel elements. And we're not even talking about price point. Let's say the price point didn't matter. I really like the Coco top handle. I think it's a beautiful bag, and I like the strap on it. Very versatile, depending on the size that you get. I think I can see it lasting for the next couple of years, and I don't see Chanel ever getting rid of the Coco handle within the next 2 or 3 years or 4 years. So I'd say go for it if you want it. I know sometimes the Coco handles can be kind of hard to come across, especially in the smaller sizes. I think of it, and as far as the current price increases, but what one thing I will tell you, love, if you do want the Chanel Classic flap and you're buying the Coco handle because it's a lower price point, but at the end of the day, you still want the Classic flap, and you're buying that to fill that void, like just like, oh, so just like I'll have this one instead, then I would save up and buy the Classic flap. But if you genuinely like the Coco handle and you're okay with not having the Classic flap, then I would say go for the Coco handle. And if I were to pick one, I pick the Coco handle. But at the end of the day, if you're still gonna go back and save for the Chanel Classic flap, um, I will go for the you still are less to go with the Classic flap after you get your Coco handle, then I'll probably go for the Classic flap before the Coco handle. And then with the Chanel bags, you can also buy, like, I know like HH collection, like on Etsy, you can buy like little things to make your the classic flap up top handle bag. So you can also do that. You can make it very, very versatile. Shelby says, I've watched your videos for a long time and I really enjoyed watching your style evolve. I love your style. What item is your number one favorite fashion purchase ever? My favorite forever fashion purchase is probably going to be my Trowbridge Eleanor, and I didn't know it at the time that I was going to purchase it, but I think it's my favorite purchase because like this is the bag that Trowbridge signed herself, and you could be like, "Sir, do you talk about this bag all the time?" Honestly, I really thought it was my Chanel classic flap, my Antigona, and maybe some of my beautiful jackets. But if I were to pick one, I would say my Eleanor. It just has such a sentimental value to it. I love this so much. Out of all the pieces in my collection, this is the one that I love the most. It's my favorite purchase. It's something that I want to carry when I'm 70 years old. It's something that I want to carry in my 50s. It's such a beautiful handbag, and I'll say so far, I didn't know this when I was going to purchase it. This is my favorite purchase so far. And if I would pick a second close, I would say it's my Cartier watch because you can only wear a handbag so much. I'm not a big jewelry person, but I do like to have like pieces that I wear all the time. As you can see, I bought it in September. It's already scratched. And honestly, I don't really care. It's supposed to get worn. It's supposed to have character. And I don't baby my watches or jewelry. I wear it as I go. And I'll say this is a good one because time is something you'll never get back, and time is something precious. So I would say my Toy Birch Eleanor is probably my favorite purchase of all time because little did I know Toy Birch would sign it a couple months later. And I stay my Cartier watch because it's a watch I've wanted for a very long time, and time is something you never get back. So I'll say first, second are my favorite purchases, and if I have to pick a third one, um, I don't know. I don't know what would be my third one, but I would say these two are some of my favorite ones of all time. Um, why don't you be like LV? I see LV every other day at work in Target. I don't really care for LV as much just because I'm kind of over LV. I feel like it's a little bit of a saturation. I appreciate it. Like I appreciate a good Louis Vuitton bag. Like I love the Capuchins bag, BB, like in all the variations. I think Louis Vuitton has some beautiful handbags. I just don't see it on me, but I do appreciate it on other people, and I don't shame other people for having Louis Vuitton bags. If you love Louis Vuitton, then that's good for you, babe. But like I said, if I see a Louis Vuitton that I like, I'm gonna wear it. So I mean, I'm not gonna wear it. I'm gonna compliment it. So to each its own. Some people may not like Marc Jacobs, and that's totally fine. Or Bottega Veneta, that's fine as well. I think to each its own. But I'm not gonna shame somebody for having a bag just because if I don't particularly like the brand. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, it's all the same thing. It's all owned by LVMH. LVMH owns Dior, Louis Vuitton, Loewe. So I can laugh and say, "Oh, I hate Louis Vuitton" or whatever. But at the end of the day, LVMH is laughing at the bank because I bought a bag made by LVMH, which is a little baby puzzle bag, or some of the other things that I have around me that are LVMH products. So, I mean, who's really laughing at the end of the day? So, you know what I mean? Um, do you know of any up and coming designer brands and handbags that we should be on the lookout? I want a bag from a new, different, and niche designer. Yes. Next week I have a haul, and it's going to be a brand that I talked about a little bit on my channel. And it's a piece that I'm adding towards. And then there's a new handbag brand that I have. It's a collaboration that I've been doing it continuously. I'm not going to talk about it until I get the items, but it is a new brand, and I feel like you guys are going to love it. I saw Lori Harvey have one of the bags from that brand, and she looked beautiful. I think she was at Nobu with Michael B. Jordan. And once I saw that bag, I said, "Ooh, Miss Lori Harvey sold me on that bag." So there is a new brand that you are going to be seeing on my channel. But like I said, I think I'm going to make an effort to introduce new brands on my channel. Then, like I said, the typical Prada, Tory, and marks that you guys are used to on my channel. I want to branch out and also into fashion brands. I think I want to go in and buy even smaller brands and stuff like that. You'll be seeing a lot more Brandon Blackwood because his bags have been growing a lot more on me. You'll be seeing a lot more brands I just don't really talk about a lot on my channel. But stay on the lookout next Wednesday. There's going to be a fun video that you guys are going to love and adore. And it's going to be a new brand that you guys are going to be on the lookout. And I feel like you guys are going to love it. So stay tuned. I can't wait for that video to come out. Let's see. Do you plan on going to school? I'm a year younger, than you, but I have no idea what I want to do with my life. And yeah, I've been thinking about Houston a lot lately, and I've been told I should move to Montrose. I would, but Montrose has like a lot of crime. I will say that. I don't plan on going to school anytime soon. I mean, I thought about going to trade school. For like, I know it sounds really weird, and you guys would never like really expect for me to say this. Maybe like HVAC, like air conditioning stuff, because some of my family members están metidos en eso, and I know a lot about HVAC, like air conditioning. Like I could actually put Freon in your HVAC. I know how to clean. Like girly, I may be a little gay flower, but I actually know how to do things. Believe it or not, I know how to los ductos. Like I kind of somewhat. I don't know exactly, but I have a thing about like quitando like the whole HC system from a house and putting a new one. The Casa Frio, like I actually know how to do things, and so I thought that'd be really good. And starting my own HVAC business, like doing it myself for like a few years, and then starting my own because that's very lucrative, and people are always gonna want heating and AC in Texas. I have a lot of family members that are into that, and they make a lot of money in it. So, I mean, that's something I thought about just because it may not be the most glamorous thing because it's just not the most glamorous job, but I see the long run. And, the people that I know the people in Dallas that have their own HVAC companies, girl, they make millions and millions of dollars a year. But we'll see. I mean, if anything, it'll be kind of like a trade school where I would start myself as a student, play the role, get my license, and then start my own company within myself. So I could see myself doing that. But I don't know. I'm still kind of deciding. But right now, the money and everything's good. So I still have like a little bit of time to decide. But who knows? My channel could blow up even more, and I could just end up doing YouTube, or then just invest the money that I make on YouTube into cryptocurrency. I can invest it more into other investments and where I don't really have to work, or like I don't really have to go that route. But I always keep my options open. I always have different plans of things I can do. And like I said, like I told my friends, girlies, I mean, it may not happen anytime soon, but if it comes down to back to working at Chick-fil-A, girly, my pleasure. Let me take your order. What can I get for you today? Okay. So I keep my option opens, guys. But yeah, I mean, I always see different things, but it's like the mentality that I have, the hustle, kind of like going for different things. And I also like different changes. I like different sceneries. I like to see different people's aspects. But yeah, not right now within the next year, but that could totally change. IBS Life said, thank you for answering. Anytime, love. I like Houston because it's about that Dallas as a Latina. I want Hispanic friends. Oh yeah, there's a lot of paisa here, or like a lot of like Hispanic people, and I love to be with Hispanic people a lot. And the food here is a lot better than Dallas. Don't tell anybody I said that. But just in general, like the food here in Houston, out of every kind of like culture or like whatever it is, girl, I feel like, girl, even the water burgers is made better over here. Okay, what are we talking about? And thank you for the love and support. So grateful. Anytime, Marie, that's what we're here for. We're here to support each other. Brainy says, Sergio, how did you grow your channel, and what type of content did you share? Help. I would just post videos on things that I love and I adore. And I would do kind of one-on-one reviews when I started my channel. And then I just kind of started posting like shopping vlogs. I kind of posted what people were already used to, what people were used to watching, but I just added my own flavor to it, my own kind of commentary. And then I think that's what people kind of love my channel for. And that's what kind of grew my channel. Hopefully next week, maybe by next Friday, we'll be at 100,000 subscribers. Not 100,000, 60,000 subscribers. See, manifest, and I'm manifesting 100,000 subscribers. But I would just say, just post videos that people are searching for, but put your own twist on it. And just keep on grinding and grinding, because you may have not a lot of views on like your first 20 videos, but maybe your 21st video, for a reason, it does way better, and you're gonna have an increase of a different audience. And then it's kind of like a snowball effect. The more you give in, the more you're gonna get out from YouTube. And YouTube just on keep on getting more saturated. So I always tell people to join it sooner rather than later. And also, December is a really lucrative month, just because a lot of people are at home and stuff, and people watch more YouTube videos in the month of December. So I would say, why not start tonight, or why not start tomorrow? So that's my advice for you. Thoughts on Lady Dior bags? Do you have one? I do not have one right now. I could see myself adding one later on in the future. I think the Lady Dior is a very classic and elegant handbag. I'm not sure if it suits my lifestyle. I think it's a little too elegant for me, but I always dress up and dress down, so I can always make any bag work. But I have many bags for different occasions, so I love it. I think it's very classic. I probably won't buy a new one. Misting will probably buy one to use on Fashion File, or pre-love one on Fashion File. But I do like I think it's my favorite handbag from the lineup of Dior, I will say. I love your channel, love your collection. I looked at your Martin J-Link video, but unfortunately it's not available now. It goes in and out of stock. I know the J-Link, if you search it up, I know on Farfetch it probably sold out, but I'm pretty sure like on Blooming or somewhere else, you can kind of scour the internet and find it. But I know like the Marc Jacobs variations, they go in and out of stock. But I would just keep on checking love. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find it. Would you be consider selling some of your bags? I'm selling a few bags probably on Sunday. So follow my selling Instagram best luxury deal. I have like 3 bags that I want to sell, or 4. I haven't made up my mind. But follow me there. 3 are designer and 1 is contemporary. So follow me there. Best luxury deal. And yeah, best luxury deal. But I'll probably sell some bags either tomorrow or Sunday. Not really sure just yet, but I do sell my bags, but not all the time. Sac de jour, affordable Birkin, or to each its own. I think to each its own. I think they're 2 different bags. I like the Sac de jour. It's a bag that I've always wanted. Ever since I got my Traybridge Walker, I find that it kind of gets me the same vibe, and that's why I never went and bought the Sac de jour. I would love to add it, but I can see the similarities of it, but I see how much versatility you can get from a Sac de jour, especially a smaller one. From day to night, the crossbody you can wear as a crossbody, shoulder bag, top handle. It has 5 feet at the bottom, and it's very, very versatile and roomy. So I like it, but they're very, very versatile. They're very both different bags, but because one has a strap and one doesn't. But I do like both bags, and I'd probably get a Sac de jour before Birkin. April C, how did you get into collecting designer items? I've always been into designer items. Growing up, I couldn't afford any. My parents thought it was immigrant parents who just felt like it was a waste of money. Yes, like they would buy like Versace glasses, or like a Coach bag, or Michael Kors, or like that one Louis Vuitton bag. Like I think that it's every Hispanic household. Like I feel like it is, or like not one like nice thing. But I always kind of wanted more and more, and not more in a sense where I wanted it to kind of like make up for me not having things growing up. I just always been kind of like that. I always wanted to be like that girly. Like I always wanted to be like, oh yeah, that's my handbag collection, like whatever. So for me, once I started working at Nordstrom, that's when it really took off, because I got to have an employee discount when things went on sale, and things like that. Obviously, I was dumb, 18 and 19, so I would buy so many unnecessary stuff. But that's why I kind of started collecting items, and now my collection has grown so much where now, I have the pleasure of working with brands. I have the pleasure of getting things discounted, the pleasure of going and buying things full price. It all started really once I hustled. It all started really once I started making money at Chick-fil-A, buying my first handbag from Fashion File on Louis Vuitton on payment plans. I remember I would sell candy in high school just to pay for my Louis Vuitton bag. And then I bought my MacBook, and then I bought my first camera, and then I upgraded my phone. And it just kind of was a snowball effect. And then I got my first car working at Chick-fil-A. So it kind of started all snowball effect. So that's how I kind of got into it. As I started earning more money, I started buying more things. But then recently, like ever since Nordstrom, I kind of caught myself. I grabbed Sergio by, I kind of caught myself like, Sergio, just because you make more money doesn't mean you should be spending it. You should actually be saving it. I mean, I always save money, but you're like, Sergio, don't be pendejo. So I've been a little bit better, but I do appreciate things that I do have. But it kind of started it just as a mentality. I've always wanted these things, and I always knew I never wanted like my parents to pay for them. I never wanted like anybody else to pay for these items. I know some of my friends, like they glamorize certain lifestyles. That's just not me. I don't care what other people do. Do you, boo? But I was wanting to get everything myself, so that's where I kind of get into it. And this is all of appreciation of me working hard, regardless of how I got the item. I worked hard for it. How does real leather last? Do you feel like I will have my YSL wax for the rest of my life with care? Just wondering. If it's grainy leather, yeah, I think so because my kit has been through hell and back and it literally is brand new. I think YSL bags are made really well, and I think YSL bags will last you forever. Even if you see a lot of the vintage ones, they look like they hold up pretty well. Also, what's your opinion on JW Pay? I think they're really well made bags, like for the price. I had the white one and I didn't have any complaints at all. And I see like a lot of bloggers have the bags. I don't see anything bad about them. I think they're really well made, and I think they're a really great price point for what they are. Um, why do people automatically judge you when we wear designer things? Do they automatically think we're bougie or stuck up? People always think I'm stuck up or bougie, regardless of what I wear. I could really wear no brands, but I just think it's like the way I kind of carry myself. I'm not mean, I'm not a bitch, like I'm just not. But I always kind of like I always have posture, like I always am nice and polite. And I think people get intimidated, especially like a lot of guys get intimidated, regardless of what your orientation is. Or even like my deals girl, when I go to a Mexican restaurant, they always feel like, oh, like whoa. But I just think it's a stigma, and I also feel like a lot of people don't live their true colors, and so I feel like that's why. And but I know a lot of people that do have designer stuff that are so stuck up, that are so up themselves. So I can see why people judge me, because I've seen so many other people that are so creído and like so stuck up, but that just happens not to be me. But I can see why people do that, because a lot of people who have designer stuff like that, or this, or they have a certain car, or whatever, they live in a certain neighborhood, they kind of walk out a little bit more like that. Girl, bye. That's not me. And speaking of that, like last Saturday or last Friday, I went out, and then my friends introduced me to this guy, and he's like an older guy, not older, he's probably like in his 40s. And he's like, you need to meet him. You guys are gonna get along. And just like the conversation was like so boring. It was just like, oh, like I have a house in River Oaks. I do this. I do all my business. Like just kind of like throwing it in my face. I guess he thought like my 21-year-old self was gonna be so impressed. Like, oh yeah, and I only shop at Brunello Cucinelli and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, girl, like me and my other, like it was like me and a group of friends, right? Me and a group of other gays. It was me and my other friend. We're like, girl, we've been there, done that, girl. We do not care if you wear Brunello Cucinelli, girl. You act like I can get that myself. And then my other two friends that were all around the same age. Oh my god, really, really, really? Oh my god, tell me more. Like they were just like dogs, so they were just like, it's not bad, but they were just like more excited about it. They were just like, I guess some people get like, I guess their egos get built upon like people like my friends who they kind of like are intrigued by that. Versus me, it's like, girl, bye. Don't talk to me about that. Talk to me how your day went, and stop throwing all these things. Oh yeah, $2 million house in River. Girl, I do not care. Girl, go. Girl, bye. But see, that's like an example of him and versus an example of me. Two different people, but we like the same things, if you know what I mean. Um, are you still an essay? What do you do now? I do blogging full time now. I have a few side gigs here and there, but I do blogging full time. Yes, in demand, side hustle. Yes, I mean, side hustle, AC will never go out. Thoughts on Eleanor Croc and Snake Fleming versions? I feel like those are the most durable, and I see so many scratches on the plain leather Eleanors in store. Yes, Eleanor can get scratched very easily. I'm not gonna lie, mine have like a little bit of fake scratches. Um, my friend is calling me. Um, it's okay. If you guys want to ask your last questions, go ahead and let me know. I'm gonna end the live stream in about 10 minutes. Because I told her to come here around 9. Um, but yes, they are more durable. Eleanor's and the smooth leather do get scratched a little bit easily. Mine doesn't have so much scratch compared to how much wear I've gotten on them. But the croc and the snake skin are a little bit more durable because you can't really see the scratches on them. But I do like those a little bit more than the regular I do like those as far as more durability, and if you're gonna get a lot more wear on them than the classic Eleanors. Um, I missed your Dallas vlogs. I'm so curious which store location would I go to so I can get the best deal on handbags in DFW. I'm looking for a good work bag to fit my Mac Air. So any recommendations? I would recommend Last Call. I still think it's worth the money, or still worth going, even though they restructured things. I would just go like on a Friday morning and then just keep on going. They always change their inventory like every couple of days. If you really want a good deal, I would go there. I think that's the best place out of all DFW, out of Nordstrom Max, out of TJ Maxx's, uh, like Geeks and stuff like that. I also say Last Call is probably my favorite place to go to. So, Last Call, Last Call, Last Call. And if you happen to go to Arizona or Chicago or like Phoenix, last chance, but you have to be kind of like one of the early people at the beginning of the day. I'll say Last Chance is also another great place. Let's see. Let me take this phone call. Hey, love. Hey, I'm about to end my live stream. What about you? Oh, do you want to make your way over here? Okay, perfect. Yeah, just go ahead and make your way over here, and by the time you come in, everything should be done. Okay. Ciao. Te hablo de ratito. ¿Sí? Bye. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take a little gay phone call. Let's see. YSL's really becoming my favorite brand now, but it's also expensive since they're leather rather than canvas. Which one is more durable, leather or canvas? I would say coated canvas, I feel like, is always going to be a little bit more durable than regular leather. But I would say YSL is a really great time to buy when they do gift card events at Saks and Neiman's, because you can get like a certain amount of money back on a gift card, and maybe you can buy the matching shoes, or you can maybe buy David Yurman bracelet. So I would say that's the best time to buy it. Oh, especially if you do like cashback, like on not rebates, I forgot what it's called, where you get cashback on those websites. Like the gift card, the cashback, and you get the item. I think that's one of the best times. And I see that Saint Laurent later in the future is going to be one of those brands where are not, it's not, it's gonna, they're gonna be like Gucci, where they're not gonna be part of those promotions, and they're not gonna wholesale their items to like to Nordstrom, Neiman's, and Saks as they once did. I find that that's gonna be the next brand that Kering is gonna do, and then I feel like Balenciaga. I feel like those brands are slowly gonna become within themselves in the future. So I'll say take advantage of Saint Laurent now, because I can definitely see Saint Laurent becoming a lot more exclusive, and within the next 2 years, I think that's the next brand that Kering is going to be making into the next Gucci, even more than Balenciaga. Even though I feel like Balenciaga is slightly a little bit more popular, but I feel like Balenciaga is more kind of trendy popular. I would recommend Kate Spade or Coach. Yes, Kate Spade and Coach has good places. I would say Coach. I mean, there's nothing like a classic Coach handbag. Also, do YSL chains stay shiny, or do they get dull over time? Does your YSL Kate chain still looks the same? Yes, it still looks the same. You can use like the jewelry cleaner, the one they sell at Target. It's kind of, you shake it up and you put it all over the chain. Make sure it's not on the leather, and then after like 30 seconds, you rinse it off, and all the dirt and the grime comes off. I've used it on different colored chains, and nothing has came off, because it's made for like non-precious metal as well. If it does kind of get a little dirty, I only use it on my Kate because it was so dirty. But no, for the most part, the chain usually stays shiny throughout the entire course of the time of me having it. If your Eleanor wasn't signed, what's your next fave in your collection? Um, I would probably have to say, I mean, this was always my dream bag. I mean, it's a single flap maxi. It fits so much. You can fit so much out of it. It has an evil eye for protection, girly. But I would say my classic flap, just because I've always wanted this as a child. I bought this when I was, I think, 18 or 19, and I love it. And I don't see myself ever getting rid of it. And because it's always been a childhood handbag that I've always wanted. What are the bags are you selling in? Are they used, or are they very used or new? Most of my bags are in very slightly worn condition, either never worn or worn 1 or 2 times for those bags. I think all the bags that I'm wearing, one has been worn maybe 5 times, one maybe 2 times, and then 2 of them never been worn. But follow Best Luxury Deal, and you'll probably see them there like on Sunday morning. I don't know when, but I usually announce it a few more hours before I post them on that page. You're so humble. Stay blessed. Anytime, Mary. Thank you so much for the love and support. I appreciate it. Is a Rolex watch a good investment? I want one because they are. I want one, but they are expensive. I do think that Rolex watches are like good closet investments and good investments in general. I'm not a big fan of round watches. I like square watches. I've always been a bigger fan of square watches versus round ones. But I do think they're nice items to add into your jewelry collection and as investments. I probably won't buy one anytime soon. And like I said in a future video, like an unpopular opinion video earlier this year, I said if I get one, gifted by anybody, I would honestly tell them to return it and buy me a square watch. I just don't really like round watches in general. It doesn't matter if you're a fossil watch, a Michael Kors watch, a Rolex watch. I don't care. I'm just not a big square. I'm not a big round fan. You should make a budgeting video, lol. I should. I kind of want to do what I spend in a week, just so you guys can kind of see my spending. Sometimes it's a lot, and sometimes it's like I don't really buy anything. Sometimes I'm just at home the entire week, unless it's the weekend. What brand do you think have the worst quality issues? Of course, they all have some, but which one do you take notice the most? Kurt Geiger handbags and I would say Kurt Geiger would have a lot of quality issues, and I would say some of the Chanel bags you can just tell even by looking at the boutique. Some of them are not lined well, and so I feel like for the price point, it should at least be lined perfectly. I would say those two are the brands that I see a little bit more of. Juju says you're so classy, grateful, and humble. Thank you so much, babe. I really, really appreciate it. Mary says my channel started to grow in the past 2 months because of my store reviews. The only problem is I cannot interact with my fam. They're always loud and music playing in the stores. Oh my god, yes. I usually when I vlog, I try to vlog with friends and stuff, but I always get distracted. I always feel like, oh, like girl, he's vlogging, and so usually that's why you don't really see other people shopping with me, because I like to do things my own pace and my own thing, and I don't want to ever have to feel like I'm wasting somebody's time. But yes, I do feel like I do agree with you on that. And the music, usually when I edit music and I put it on YouTube, usually I go. So I'm gonna tell you a little trick. So if it has music, right, I put it on YouTube the first round, right, and it tells me what seconds it has the music in, and then I'll just kind of cut it down. I'll either cut that little piece out, or kind of like put another music, or cut the volume out and put like a voiceover, and then re-upload it, and it should be fine, and it wouldn't detect all the other sounds versus having to take out the whole audio for the video. So that's just something I would check. Upload it, see the parts where it says and you can't monetize it, go back in iMovie or Final Cut Pro, and then take those pieces out, adjust them, and then re-upload it, and it should be fine, and it shouldn't modify too much of the video. Will you do more what's in my bags? I'm a chismosa. Yes, I will. I think I will do them a little bit more on Instagram. But yes, I will do one very, very soon. What God gives you to be, so he can, what God gives to you, he can't take away. That's why I'm so humble. Designer isn't everything. Not everyone can afford it. So that's why I'm never stuck about it. Same here. I wear the things like I wear this bag as if it was the only bag that I have. I wear this bag as whatever. Like for me, these brands and stuff I love and I adore. Do not get me wrong. But at the end of the day, these items don't define me. The way that I am as a person is what defines me. So double T's, double CC's, whatever, that doesn't define me. It's who I am as a person. So that's why I like a little bit more of the clean minimalistic. Don't get me wrong, I love a little gay Versace moment, but I like something a little bit more minimalistic so people can see a little bit more of me versus a little bit more of the louder items. Gigi says, "Hear me, Hall. Thank you so much for being here, Gigi. Appreciate it. I'm addicted to perfume also. I have a nice collection. Are you into fragrances? I am into fragrances. Not a whole lot as you would think. I don't have like a lot of fragrances, but I do have some that I do love and that I do adore. Tom Ford Ombre Leather, by Rado Black Saffron, by Rado Bibliothèque, Chanel Chance, the perfume, the classic one. I love that one. I'm not really into perfumes, but that's one of my favorite perfumes. Yves Saint Laurent La Homme classic. I've been using that one since high school. Those are just some of my favorite fragrances to name a few. Tom Ford Noir, which got discontinued, is another favorite that I have as well. Those are some of my favorite fragrances. I probably have less than 10 fragrances. I don't like to have a whole lot. And it's so funny because I was talking to my friend the other day. I was like, yeah, we were talking about fragrances. Yeah, I only have 3. And I was like, yeah, same here. I like to keep it light. He's like, how many do you have? I said 10. He's like, 10, that's a lot. Like, yeah, but compared, I used to have like a lot more fragrances, but I only like to keep 10 and I'm about to finish like 2 or 3 bottles, and I don't really see myself replacing them until I kind of finish more of them. Much love and appreciation for doing a live stream even when you aren't feeling well. Maribel says that. I feel like I feel well. I feel a lot better than the last couple of days, especially after I watched House of Gucci like Monday night. I had knocked out ever since the movie. I think I didn't leave till like 11, and I didn't wake up till like 11 p.m. on Monday. I mean 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. That is not like me. I like to wake up early. When I wake up late, I feel like my entire day is wasted. I can't remember the last time I slept in almost till noon, but I just felt so bad. But I felt like I was in hibernation mode. I like recovered. I took a long steamy shower. All my mucus and everything came out. And ever since then, I'm starting to slightly feel better. And I feel like right now I'm at the end stage. So I feel like by when I go to Austin, probably like on Sunday or Monday, I'm gonna feel like a lot better. But I will never miss a live stream. Plus, if I already promised you guys. Plus, I never want a guy to say he's never bought my first designer bag. I understand what you're saying when you said your friends desire that lifestyle. I always want to get it my own first. Oh my god, yes. I mean, some of my friends like they like to finesse like old gay guys and stuff like that. I'm sorry, that's just like not me. Like I just cannot bring myself. It's just the integrity in me. I always tell people you could do whatever you want. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm really not. If that's just the way you go down, that's fine. But that's just not me. It doesn't matter how much money is in my face. It doesn't matter what you say. I have a $3 million house in Highland Park. That does not impress me. That I don't care what type of car you drive. It's about how you treat other people with respect and dignity and how you carry yourself. Those really superficial things doesn't really impress me. I don't care what restaurants you go to. I don't care that you work out at Equinox. That doesn't impress me at all, girl, because I could get it myself. That's just the pridefulness in me. I'm being honest. I can never be in those type of relationships or feel like I'm controlled in those type of stuff. So my friends want that and they do that. That's fine by you, babe. Y'all can do that. Or I know a lot of people that are caught up in that. That's fine. That's just not me. I don't think that could ever. No, that will never be me because I just don't like people throwing stuff in my face when I can get things myself. That's just me though. Can we have a blog on what happened on Thanksgiving? Sorry, so nosy, and I'm dying to know. LOL. It was just like a family drama. Like it was just like arguments and like fighting and like oh my god, it was just like a big thing. And I was like, I'm so over this. My Thanksgiving's not gonna be ruined. I said, girl, I'm gonna eat my Thanksgiving food, my little 2 gay plates. I forgot that I didn't post my second plate. I posted my second plate on Snapchat. And I was like, girl, this is not ruining. So the moment that I could get away from that, girl, I said, I'm dipping. I'm like, I'm here. I left. And I'll see you guys next week. And y'all all better comportarse bien. Because if not, girl, I'm going to go to another family member's house. Krista says, just saw that you were on live and want to say hi. Hi, how are you? Hi from Houston, Texas. How can I get over the fear of my YSL logo getting scratched? It's bothering me so much, but it gets scratched so easily. It's common on them. Have you heard of the gold or silver chipping? Gold and silver doesn't really chip on YSL. The black on black, it's enamel, so it's coated, so it can chip and it will chip. But gold and silver, no. But it is when it gets scratched. I mean, that goes for a lot of the, even like sunglasses, they're going to get scratched easily. You just kind of have to get over it. I know my kid, when it first got scratched, I could not get over with it for like the first like month. But ever since then, I got over with it, and people don't really notice it, so I kind of got over it. But your gold and silver is not going to chip. The only way it's going to chip if it's the black on black hardware. It's okay if someone wants to spoil you with something expensive and getting your own is a plus. Yes, that's good, but for me, the way I'm talking about is like in an arrangement relationship or stuff like that. I don't mind when people buy me stuff. I'll take it for the most part. I don't care. Or like I'll accept the gift. But when it comes to more of those arrangement, if you guys know what I mean without me having to say it, those are the type of relationships that I see a lot of people my age get around with. That's not something that I can get down with. But in my cousin, like my cousin literally FaceTimed me this morning. She was like, Sergio, I bought you something. I bought you something. I want to show you. She was in Dallas. And I was like, okay, girlie, show it to me. And she bought me a City Girl shirt. You know, I love the City Girl so much. And I was so happy. I was like dancing in my bed, jumping around. I'll take a gift. But because I love the City Girls and she knows how much I love the City Girls. But when it comes to arrangements, when it comes to stuff like that, that's not something that I like personally. I want a YSL black on black, but so social media, once the hardware is damaged, it can't be repaired. That is 100% true. The black on black does chip a little bit. I think mine has like a little bit on it, just like a little bit, but the black on black does chip. So if you are planning to wear it long term, or get a lot of wear on it, it can chip. And once it chips, there's nothing they can do about it. I will say that. I should actually make a review on that on my Instagram story and put it on my little stories on Instagram, because that one does get it once it chips, it does get chipped. And when I worked at Nordstrom, they would tell us that, like, let them know that black on black, once it chips, there's nothing you can do about it. The very first luxury handbag you recommend: YSL camera bag, YSL Lou camera bag, Gucci Soho Disco, Saint Laurent Sac de Jour, Givenchy Antigona Mini. Let's see what else. Actually, those are some of the ones that I recommend. A Chloe Marcy Mini, I would recommend. Those are some of the few bags that I would recommend. A Prada Nylon. If you're into Louis Vuitton, maybe a Louis Vuitton crossbody, a smaller one. I think those are going to be some solid choices, but I would definitely go for a classic looking one. I would say Saint Laurent and Gucci are going to be your best friends. And if you like Louis Vuitton, I would say Louis Vuitton. I also like Louis Vuitton Cousins bag. I think that's a pretty decent bag. I can admit it, I do like it, but I would say those are some of the ones that I would recommend as beginner bags. But I have to pick one. I probably say the Saint Laurent Sac de Jour. Cynthia says, I just want to say hello. How is Houston treating you? Hope you're feeling better soon. Yes, I'm feeling better, and I love Houston so much. Houston has been so great to me so far. I love Houston with all my heart, and I don't see myself ever going back to Dallas anytime soon, unless if it's visiting. My daughter's turning 21. What are your thoughts on the Prada re-edition bag or Prada lug boot? I'll take the Prada re-edition bag. Excuse me. The only reason why I say about the Prada lug boot, it could kind of go in and out. I would say there's other boots that I feel like would get a little bit more wear. I think the bag, I mean, I've had this bag. It's going to be 2 years since I bought it in January, and it's holding up so well, like so well. No complaints at all. It's clean. It has a strap. I have the other piece on the inside. I spot cleaned it. It's so well. No rips, no tears, no anything. I've let so many friends borrow this bag. It literally looks good as new. Maybe it needs a little bit of spot cleaning, but I'll say this one, you can never go wrong. And this is, sometimes shoes, people let them go after a few years. If she loves this bag, she likes forever bags, this is something she'll have for many years to come. So I'd say the Prada re-edition bag is a better purchase. I mean, I like both, but if I were to pick one, that's what I'd pick. Lisa says, I learned so much with you. Thank you so much for always being yourself. Anytime, love. Marie put little hearts to you. I got the Reeve Gosh Tote last night on Essence for $9.10. Oh, good for you. I got mine pre-loved. I forgot how much I paid for it. I think I told you guys like a long time ago. I think $5.50. My manager back then when I worked at Nordstrom, he was still my manager. He was kind of selling things, so like, you can have it for $5.50. I said, okay, girl. So I bought it, or I don't even know, maybe $4.50. I don't remember, but $9.10 is a really good deal, and I love it. And I may not use it right now because it's not in season, but I do really, really love the tote. Hi, Sergio. What do you think about the Balenciaga Hourglass bag? It's grown a lot on me. I didn't like it, but then my friend Haley got one, like a shiny metallic one, and ever since then, I kind of have been loving it. I would say I like it. I may add one in the future, not really sure, but I would say Balenciaga handbags have grown a lot on me, more than I thought, because I'm not really a big Balenciaga fan, but that bag has grown up on me. Even like more of the sturdier city bags as well. Love your videos. Kelly says, I love your videos. I've been wanting to purchase the Fendi first for Christmas. I'm thinking about the medium size and white. Would you recommend leather or fabric? I would recommend the leather just because I as much as I love the fabric, I find that since the hardware is very stiff in the front, like the stiff, and especially if you're gonna add the strap and wear it with the strap, I find that over time, I find that maybe the fabric may sag a little bit unless you put like a little bit like of a piece of cardboard or something to make it more sturdy. I find over time, I find that the leather may hold up a little bit better. So Kelly, for you, I would definitely say the leather one versus the fabric one. Gigi says, loved it. Live stream was awesome, mijo. Anytime, Gigi, hopefully you loved it. I'm about to end the live stream in about 5 minutes. If you guys have any more questions, definitely let me know. Marie says, thank you for the suggestion. We'll definitely do that. Love to you as well. The Channel 5 is a must-have. It's most heavenly. Oh, I love Chanel number 5. I know it's like powdery and stuff, but I mean, I love more of like of a musky set. I love it, but I feel like that fragrance is a really good stacking fragrance with other fragrances. One of my aunts, she stacks that fragrance with other fragrances, and I think it smells good. Thoughts on the Bulgari Senpai Eclipse crossbody mini bag. I love it. I love Bulgari bags. I never really got to look at them in person until I was in El Palacio Hierro in Mexico, in Monterrey. Though, damn, those bags are beautiful. Those bags are very, very well made, and I would recommend it. I definitely would love to add a Bulgari bag in my collection next year. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful handbags. I love them. I think that they're worth the money, and I haven't seen nobody here. I think I've seen one person here in Houston have it since I moved here. So definitely recommend. I love it. MC says they raised the price now to $14.90 on those. I know the YSOs went up, but I would say just wait on the next gift card a bit, either on Saks and Neiman's, and I think that's the best time to buy them. Do you have any items from Bottega on your wish list? It's from Ethan. Yes, I do have a wish list item, but I actually just bought it a couple of days ago. It's at my friend's house in Plano. I got a Bottega pouch in dark brown woven, and that's going to be my last Christmas bag to myself. I got the YSL camera little crossbody, and then the Bottega bag, because that's how much it equaled up to the Fendi first. But I did get the Bottega brown clutch woven in brown, so I cannot wait to wear it next week once I'm in Dallas and pick it up. But I did get it shipped to her house, so it is over there and cannot wait to wear it. And that's another reason why I got it shipped there, because it kind of forces me to drive and go to Dallas, even though when I don't want to go. OMG, I hear you, Sergio, working in the luxury retail. I have met many older men seeking those type of arrangements. Oh my God. I have had that happen so many times, even like at Nordstrom. It doesn't happen as much as Nordstrom because it's Nordstrom, but at Neiman's and Saks, or even like those type of stores, it definitely happens. But even like, I don't know how my friends find these people. I don't know if they're on Christian Mingle Girl. I don't know if they're on Backpage. I really don't know. But they be coming out with some weird characters, and I'm just like, hi, nice to meet you. And I'll have a conversation if we're all at dinner or whatever. But that's about it. I just like, do not involve me in your stuff. I'll be nice, I'll be polite, and that's about it. But in essence, cosas, my integrity just won't allow me to be in those type of situations. I'm not judging. I don't care what other people do, but that's just not me, and that will never be me. Have you gotten a wish list? Have you gotten a wish list for after Christmas sales? If it hasn't been asked already, for after sales Christmas, not yet. There's a few items that I kind of have around, but I don't know what I want after Christmas. I just knocked out one Christmas wish item today, but I also got another item that I really wanted on my list. That's on a haul next Wednesday, but you'll see that very, very, very soon. But I'm working on my wish list, and I'm gonna knock most of the items down on my wish list, which I'm so happy that I am. Your thoughts on Alexander McQueen scarves versus Burberry scarves? I think they're two different. I think Alexander McQueen in general is more of an edgy brand. And then I think Burberry, I think it's edgy, but it's still kind of classic to the brand versus Burberry. I find that it has more heritage. I find that it's more classic. If I were to pick one for classicness, I would pick Burberry. But if you want more edginess, but that is still classic to that brand, more people will recognize it, I'd pick McQueen. I only have a green Burberry scarf. I like it, but I'm also not a big I'm not a big scarf person. That's why I don't have a lot of them. But I like both of them. But if you were to only pick one, I'd pick the Burberry over the McQueen. How did you get the neon green Burberry bag so cheap? It was a glitch on the system for 60% off, and that's why I bought them, because once I bought them, like a couple hours later, they went back to full price. But they're still full price bags, which was weird. I don't know, but they ended up going 60% off. I think I'm gonna keep the baguette, and then the Olympia bag, I think I'm just gonna return. I know I joined late, but I have to go back and watch. I just want to say that I love your Tory Burch. I have my largely raspberry double bag in blue. How do you feel about them? Oh, beautiful, well-made bags. I think they're well worth the money. I think the Lee collection doesn't get enough recognition as it should. I know they're the highest price of Tory Burch handbags, but I just think that they're so, so, so beautiful. Justice, are there any bags that your friends have that make you feel so jealous? To be honest, no. I met friends that have Chanel Classic Flaps, Hermes Birkins, everything. I don't really feel jealous. I'm happy for them, and I love them, and I can appreciate them from a distance. But I never have hate, or I never feel jealousy, because I know one day those stuff are going to come to me right in my lap when I least expect it. Hey, Sergio, love your videos. Any pre-love handbag purchases lately? As of now, no. The last pre-love purchase that I made was... Where are you? Where are you? Hopefully I don't fall. The last pre-love purchase has been this Gucci hat that I got from Fashion File, but that's the last pre-love purchase. But I haven't had a pre-love handbag purchase in a little bit. but I should probably be making one very, very soon. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream. I was here 30 minutes more than I typically am, but I want to say thank you so much to the bottom of my heart for everybody being a part of it. I love each and every single one of you, and we're gonna do these more regularly. Like I said, we always keep it real, honest, transparent on this channel, as I should and as I always will. My integrity will never change. Los quiero, los quiero, los quiero, los quiero mucho with all my gay heart. I get a haircut tomorrow, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video, guys. Bye, guys, and take care.